No, I haven't yet. Hopefully David.
Let's get this.
Yeah, guys, please double tap the screen now and keep commenting. Comments,
Right.
push subscribe.
Okay, yeah, right. We're just descending on it at the front now, guys. Can't smell anything yet. Usually by now we can smell, can't we? There's no smell, so we're here we're here earlier than what we usually are. Yeah, smash the like button, hit the hearts, guys, subscribe. Oh man, my hands are frozen to this tripod already. All right, yeah, we got a light on here today, so hopefully the stream signal should be good. You should be able to see us well, hear us well. Let us know if that stream is strong. I can smell it now. Can you smell it now? I can smell it now. All right, we're gonna set up. Yeah, no animals in yet. Right, we're gonna set up here. Then we can see, and then we're on the inside as they come round. How is this? Turn that brightness up a little bit, people can see us a bit more.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
Oh, morning from Northeast. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Let's just move this out a little bit.
Stinks.
Yeah.
Stinks.
I was thinking we couldn't smell anything, and then all of a sudden, you're like,
in the night time, you can see now the lights of the Lairage. They're all the same.
Yeah.
The same in these places. They've got these like long lights in the Lairage area.
Yeah.
It's where they unload the animals, and the animals have to wait in this Lairage area before the kill floor is ready for them to be forced to the kill floor, to the knock box. And actually, at this particular place, there has been some major FSA breaches, major animal welfare breaches. Not that animal welfare is even a thing, but the FSA have reported on it. Mistreatment of handling the animals, not stunning them correctly. Major things.
Wasn't there 5 non-compliances, I think?
I think there was more than that, major ones. But the FSA hardly do anything. So the fact that they're even saying it, like, that's like unheard of. The FSA usually don't speak like that.
Oh, Steve,
thank you.
Thank you so much, Steve, for your super thanks. Blimey, you're early. Yeah, Steve, we're going to catch them. We're going to keep them on their toes. We're going to turn up when they least expect us. So we can defend the animals as optimal as we possibly can. Someone's put here, Tracy, I own pet dogs and cats. Why would I feed them any type of plant-based diet for absolutely no good reason? Well, there's plenty of good reasons why you should. First good reason is, how do you morally justify stabbing and killing one animal to death to feed another animal? If you could only feed your cats and dogs, would you feed them cats and dogs?
You can hear the cows.
Yeah, I can hear them. Yeah. I can't remember the second reason now. Autistic Pokemon trainer. Mel, did you find your pacifier?
Oh yeah, I picked it up, ready to give it to you.
Yeah, you're the one who's still breastfeeding. To say you're too autistic to be vegan, that's such a load of bullshit.
Most autistic people are very logical, and you're obviously not. You still think that you're a baby cow.
Active Owen's here. Hi, Owen.
What's up, Owen?
Don't know if I know anyone as hardcore as these two. Yeah, we're going to be there.
Whilst the lights are on, I think it might be interesting to show everyone.
Yeah, go for it. Do whatever you need to do.
I'm just going to show you guys the...
You've got about 4,000 cameras
yeah,
to
got
turn
loads of
around
cameras.
now.
Just because I think it's important that you see what this
keep an eye out for trucks.
disgusting place actually looks like above. This is what a slaughterhouse looks like, guys. There's cows already crying in this place. Already crying out, we just heard them. Now we've got here a lot earlier than usual. And
Security cameras not seen us yet, so...
The cows have already been taken in, or they were dropped off last night. So they maybe would have stayed here the whole night, ready to be forced into that kill floor today, ready to be stabbed in the throat today. Like we said, there's been major non-compliances here by the FSA's investigations.
Should we go back on the side in case...
Yeah. Yeah, guys, could you see much in there? Let me know if you saw. Yeah, disgraceful, isn't it? Absolutely disgraceful. It's a disgusting place. These places should never, ever have ever opened. They should never be running. And you know what? They're running, and they're being propped up by people, good people paying for violence. They don't know what happens behind here. They don't know animals being stabbed every single day behind these gates of hell. People don't understand. When they go to work today, they don't know animals are being lured into this place of absolute hell, being stabbed in the throat. And then they're making you pay for it, saying things like, oh, high welfare, free range, organic, local, to make you feel better about paying for violence. It is not okay.
Absolutely. Anyone joining this live stream, you don't know where we are. We are outside of a slaughterhouse today in the UK. This is an ABP slaughterhouse. Today they'll be bringing cows
Hi,
here.
Tash.
Cows from the dairy industry and cows from the meat industry. Did you know that there are two breeds of cows? Did you know that they're different? I never knew these things. I never knew these things growing up. I never knew these things, and this is why our job now is to explain to you guys in the same way that we needed it explained to us. Notice we're here now. All right. Dairy cows, by the way, guys, are often sent here pregnant because they're sold on their body weight. So it's quite common for dairy cows to go onto a kill floor of a slaughterhouse whilst they have babies in their tummies because they weigh more. Did you know that? Did you know that in the dairy industry, whether their baby's born male or female, they're taken away from their mum? Did you know that they remove them because the milk that would be intended for her baby is going to be used as a commodity, as a product to be put into yogurts, cheese, chocolate bars, sold to go in teas and coffees? That's breast milk that was intended for her baby, stolen and taken from her.
No, we didn't know this either. That's why we're here, because most people don't know this. So we're here to just be transparent with people and show people the reality. Yeah. Like we said, good people pay for this because they don't understand what happens.
So
Hi,
do
Danny.
you eat turkey for Christmas? Absolutely not, no.
Hi from Glasgow.
We are vegan. Vegan is a moral baseline. I love chocolate milk and some mint extract to it. If you're still breastfeeding from cows, it's a big question mark, isn't it?
Yeah, we got.
Why are you breastfeeding from cows?
Danny from Glasgow is here. Tash is
Danny.
here as well.
Who is?
Tash.
Oh, hi Tash.
For the algorithm, I have a weird question. Yeah, ask away. Please
Yeah,
ask
away.
away.
Ask as many questions
We
as
are not
possible.
here for our benefit. We're not here for our own gain. We're here purely to shed light on the industry that exploit animals. We're only here defending the animals, so please do ask away. Yeah, it's cold out
Can
today.
I turn your screen up because
Yeah.
I can't see it?
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, so guys, please, if you can double tap the screen and push the heart button, just keep doing it. It really helps push the algorithm out. The video out to the algorithm. And the animals will be coming here today. You will see the animals today. And we really need to get as many eyes on the animals as possible.
Yeah, autistic Pokemon, that's not breastfeeding. If you're drinking the breast milk from a mother cow that was intended for her baby, then you're breastfeeding from her. You're breastfeeding from a different species. How weird is that? Not only is it a huge injustice, a huge exploitative industry built off of the back of being unethical and immoral, you're breastfeeding from a different species. Do you know, and we're never taught to question these things, are we? We're never told. You're told to don't critically think.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Yeah, the cameras are facing this way.
Yeah, they're
so
facing this way. Thank you very much. Real Meebo, Tracy, I don't doubt that you're not, but companion animals can live and be healthy on a plant-based diet. Absolutely, Real Meebo. Absolutely. And how can you morally justify killing one animal to feed another? You can't.
Yeah, I mean, if slaughterhouses shut down today, you'd find a way. You wouldn't feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
You're looking around.
I just feel like a truck's coming.
There will be. We'll keep an eye out. Guys, the room's starting to pick up now. First thing we want to do is get a measure of who's in the room. All right, we've got enough of you in here now. So in the chat, put number 1 down if you're vegan. Put number 2 down if you're not vegan, but you are open to conversations. And put number 3 down if you're a troll, if you don't have any empathy in your heart and you have no compassion. Give us them numbers 1, 2, and 3. Let's see where you're at. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see who we got.
Yeah, and guys, please ask questions, please.
Luke Maximus is a 2.
Number 2, awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah, I heard that. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear? Danny's a number 2. Luke's a number 2. Awesome. We got number 2s in the chat. This is what we're here for. By the way, I want to take this moment to just say, we are not here judging, pointing fingers and saying that non-vegans are bad people. You're a bad person if you're not vegan. You just don't know the information that we know, because when you do and you're a good person, you change. So we are not coming from any place of judgment. We're not trying to clash. We're not trying to, butt heads whatsoever. We're here to discuss, to educate, and to show you the realities of what's happening behind this gate here today. This is optional products. Can you hear them kicking and screaming in the layerage? For those of you who don't know, perhaps you don't know how slaughterhouses work, let me just give you an explanation on how slaughterhouses work. What happens is the trucks come in, all right? So whether it's the farmer directly bringing the animals in, or whether it's like a haulage company that's coming in, the animals will come in and they'll go through this gate here today. Once they go through this gate, they go into what's called a layerage. So it's like a big holding pen. And this is the big building that Mel showed you earlier on the live stream. That big building is where the animals will effectively wait to be called forward. Think of it like, like a waiting room. They go and they stand in there, and when they're in there, their senses will be going crazy, right? From here, I can smell the fact that they're now started killing. I can hear the fact that they've started killing. You can probably hear as well. So they'll be in there panicking, right? From that layerage, they'll get taken onto the kill floor. So typically in a cow slaughterhouse, what might happen is that they'll go down, they'll funnel down into a single file line until they're nose to tail. They then go into what's called a knock box. So imagine a square, like a metal square, which is only big enough for one cow to go in. The front of it slides up, the cows are forced forwards, and once the cows walk forward, that sliding door slides down behind her or him. You can hear them kicking and screaming in that knock box. They can't turn, they can't jump, they can't evade it. Once they're in that knock box, that is it, there's no going back. The slaughter person will put a bolt gun onto her or his head, and it's a captive CO2 bolt gun. They'll fire the bolt gun, it'll incapacitate the cow. People think that this is humane, right? People say that as soon as you shoot them in the head, they can't feel any pain. Even if that was the case, that would be unethical and immoral. But the reason why they use that captive bolt gun is for the safety of the person coming to stab them to death. Cows are mega strong animals, and one turn of the head with a sharp knife in play could mean real serious injury for the slaughter person. Once they've bolt gunned her and they slash her throat open, they bring her out, they shackle her up by one leg, and they lift her up and watch all the blood drain out of her body. This is the reality of what's happening in the building behind us. Got the Osmo up.
I did. I can't see enough. I can't zoom in.
Yeah, we'll get it on. We'll get it when we get to the thing.
But I think they will be able to see.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna just show you again. You, it's your job now. Let me know what you can see, because behind here, there's a lot of stuff happening. Is this leverage open there? Can you see anybody? See all the lights in front there? That's the leverage.
Twist to your left a little bit.
That way?
Yeah. Bit more? Yeah. No, it comes to the right.
It's because I've got a lot on there, so I'm twisting.
Keep stepping to the right and then twist. You can see straight in. Okay, cool.
Can you see, guys? Can you see people there? Can you see dead bodies? Can you see cows? Can you see skins? What can you see? What can you see? Let me know what you can see, guys. What's going on here? This is a slaughterhouse. This is a slaughterhouse. Yeah, real life horror movie. It really is. It really is. For the animals, it is. You have never experienced more horror than what the animals will face today. Most people don't know this place exists. Most people never ever think about the victims. got people walking their dogs right now. Like you love your dogs and your cats and your companion animals, right? Those animals going in here. You come on in. Hi. Yeah, they're holding their noses. They're going past their doggies. Oh, it's just. Yeah, the cameras have spotted us now. Cameras will turn around up here. I'll show you. So there's camera up here. Sometimes they don't see us for a little bit. Sometimes we'll hide and then we'll wait for the first truck so we can see the animals, because what they do is that they will take the gate off automatic. So usually it's quite slow as it opens, this gate behind me. But when we're here, they take that off automatic. They get the security to come out to run the gate up and down, because they don't want us to even film the animals. Like, if they don't even want us to even show the animals when they're like out here in the trucks, like why? Why don't they want us to do that? Let alone them being so proud on their transparency. Oh well, when an FSA was in there was major non-compliances. Major non-compliances. Not even adhering to the bare minimum welfare, which is crap anyway. But not even adhering to that. They don't care. They will always put profit before the animals. Always. This is a slaughterhouse. Of course they don't care about the animals. Of course they do not care at all about the animals. They just want money. They want to go in here, do what they're doing, go home, make money. Go get money somewhere else. Animals should not be the victims of people's disgusting selfish taste pleasure, of people's selfish desires. It is not okay. It is evil and disgusting. Beeb sent a Melon Steve gift membership to somebody. Thank you, that's very kind of you. Very kind of you. Tash, we've been talking about loads about NBR, and we've been pushing their petition out and stuff as well. Yeah, actually, right now, there are activists who are facing potentially 10 years in prison for rescuing puppies from NBR. We fight all corners of animal exploitation all the time. But right now, we're outside the slaughterhouse. We're talking about the cows who will be going in here today, the mothers and babies from the dairy industry. We will also be talking about other industries that exploit animals as well. But yeah, people never see a slaughterhouse. People don't even understand what a slaughterhouse even looks like. This is what it looks like. This is what a slaughterhouse looks like. Look, people are just walking around here with Quick Fit over there. People have no idea. This is what a slaughterhouse looks like. Place themselves in an industrial estate, pretending to look like a factory. Pardon? What did you say?
Look at show everyone the security, like how secure this place is.
Yeah. Check this out. Let me. Ricolas sent a gift membership as well to somebody. It's very kind, guys. Got some kind people in here. Yeah. All right. Let me just turn this around and show you. Okay, so you've got these spiked fences here. Big spiked fences, you can't see. Then you've got this big gate. All these signs, a cattle grid. Because even when the animals try and escape, there's a cattle grid that will break their legs. They can't get out. Then up here, you've got the camera. You've got the camera there, CCTV. It's hidden. It's hidden. It's hidden. It's got cameras everywhere. For what? For what? If nothing bad happened here, why would they have all the cameras? If they were so proud of what they did, why aren't they inviting us in? Why aren't they inviting us in for a tour? Why aren't they inviting us in to film and live stream it on the inside? Ask yourself that. What's
going on in these chats? Who have we got in the chats? Cows were made to eat. What if humans were made to eat? Would it be okay then? What if dogs were made to eat? If cats were made to eat? If we breed dogs for dog fighting, is that okay? Can you see how if you're not vegan, you're not logically consistent? If you're logically consistent, then it will lead you to being vegan. Do you have a job? Yes, we have a job, but that's irrelevant to my moral and ethical position on defending animals. Do you have a job? People do eat all that. They do. It's a supply and demand industry. People are indoctrinated to believe what happens inside these places are humane. Things like the RSPCA Assured scheme, things like Red Tractor certifications. These are all humane washing practices to keep good people conditioned into paying for the most horrific violence to some of the most defenseless animals who've committed no crimes. Absolutely horrific. Now, the reason why we're here today is we're trying to connect the consumer. We're trying to connect you, if you're not vegan, to the injustice that you've been tricked into paying. If you did a survey across the world, across the UK, and said, are you an animal lover? Do you think that we should respect animals? I think a high percentage of people would say yes. But a lot of them people are indoctrinated into saving cats and dogs and eating chickens, cows and pigs. But when you question them and you ask them what's the moral difference, then you get people's brains starting to think. I don't want to see the animals get killed, but I accept it's necessary for our food. Tongues Stephanie, thank you for your comment. Now look, if you don't want to see animals being slaughtered, that's your conscience, that's your heart, that's your morals and your ethics telling you the right thing. Now you believe at the moment that you need it for your food. I understand that because the system so far has told you that you need it for your food. But the reality is you don't need it for your food. When animals are sent to slaughterhouses, they are only sent here for optional products. The products that they provide, whether it be their body parts, their secretions, they're optional. You do not need them. You need nutrients, but you can select the ingredients. Now, when you are given an option to select ingredients of kindness and compassion, or ingredients that are literally riddled with the most horrific violence, why would we choose the violence? If you go into the description of this live, there's a documentary called Dominion. Please watch Dominion and see the reality of what happens. But like you said, you don't want to see it. But how is it for the animals? Imagine if this was you, right? Imagine if you were in the victim's position. You were oppressed, you were commodified, your liberty had been taken, and your life was going to be taken. And the person directly responsible for that said, I just don't want to see it, but I'm going to carry on doing it. But please don't highlight the fact that I'm personally responsible for this injustice. So please look at it from their point of view. They're the victims here.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, just thank you so much for your question. Like Steve said, most people just don't know. They really don't know. And it is not your fault that you don't know. We used to pay for this as well. And it was the dairy industry that actually turned us vegan when we saw inside of one of these facilities, we saw a mother cow having her throat cut. And it was the worst thing ever. I will never forget her face. And that moment, we both absolutely broke. We broke. And we went vegan on the spot, but I couldn't stop thinking about the animals. We couldn't stop thinking about the animals. Being vegan wasn't enough because I now knew the reality. So that's why we dedicate our lives now to come out to these places, not for our benefit. I hate being here. I don't want to wake up super early in the morning to come to a slaughterhouse, but the animals don't want to go in. So I'm out here because the animals need defending, and I know that there'll be someone like us before we're vegan who just didn't know. And by maybe coming onto this live and just learning about what actually happens, people will change. People do change when they see the reality. It's just the industry have hidden this from you, and that is disgusting that they've done that. Someone put, why do vegans always make vegan bacon and vegan sausages? Good question. So nobody goes vegan because they don't stop liking the taste. We go vegan because of ethics and morals, okay? So we go vegan because no one should be stabbed in the throat for like something that's optional. So the fact that we can have vegan bacon and vegan sausages just means that nothing changes for you when you go vegan. You get all the same taste you did before, but you just leave the victims out of it. You just don't have victims of your choices. Like I remember not knowing that there was like vegan sausages and stuff like that, and I was gonna make like a sausage casserole made of like pigs. We obviously then went vegan. No, it's not a truck.
No.
And then I just found the vegan sausages. It was super easy. So it's so easy to be vegan. The animals need you to be vegan. Like, can you imagine, like, what's harder? Just finding some alternatives, or eating a jacket potato, or being the victim going into a slaughterhouse today and being stabbed in the throat? They need you to go vegan for them because it's all about supply and demand. If you're paying with your money for animal products, you are therefore voting with your money to pay for animals to be stabbed in the throat for you personally, and you can change today.
Absolutely. Why would you not?
Yeah.
Why would you not? Guys, please note that the message here is of kindness and compassion. No one's pointing their fingers, like we said. No one's attacking anybody apart from the animals who are being attacked in the slaughterhouse behind us here. We're just trying to educate you in the same way that we were educated. Like, the room's filling up now. Guys in the chat, 1 if you're vegan. Put number 1 if you're vegan. Put number 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open to a conversation. Put number 3 in the chat if you are a troll, if you have no empathy, no compassion, and you believe...
Renee, hey Renee,
hey,
number
Renee.
1, Grant 1, awesome.
Yeah, number 3, if you believe that we shouldn't morally consider all animals.
Yes.
All animals.
Hi,
Be
Heidi.
Consistent.
Heidi from Australia is here.
Hi Heidi, thank you.
Number
thank
2,
you for
oh
being in.
amazing, we've got
We've
loads
got
of
loads of number
2s.
2s in the chat.
Welcome number 2s.
Right, number 2s, we're exactly here for you, all right? Now, number 2s, question time. Why do you think that the industry that boasts its humane slaughter methods, its high welfare standards, the best in the world, why do you think the industry that boasts on the adverts about how good it is has spiked fences? Why do you think they have all of this security cameras? Why do you think they have cattle grids? Why do you think it's all done behind closed doors? Why is there so much security around an industry that boasts its humaneness, its standards, its best in the world? Start to question these things. Now, you're taught not to critically think, you're taught not to question, and as a result of you being taught not to question, animals are being taken inside here to have their lives taken by optional products. Please listen to our message today. Number 2s, we really appreciate you being in the chat. And number 1s, we appreciate you being in the chat to help with the number 2s questions as well.
Well, Heidi, I worked in a chicken hatchery and I was super traumatized by the standard practice. Whoa,
Yeah,
Heidi, in
thanks for your honesty,
Australia.
Heidi.
Did you work where they used to blend the male chicks up? Or was it broiler hens where they hatched them and then sent them off to the barns? Blimey.
So this person here, Lucind Grove 127, sorry I can't see too much. Stop all the halal foods in the UK and the world is cruel and unnecessary. Why just the halal? It's easy for us to say halal, right? Because you're not, I guess, you're not Muslim. So it's easy for you to say, they're the bad guys, the halal people are the bad guys, they're the ones that are doing all the immoral and unethical things. It's easy because you're not part of it. But the reality is the difference between a halal slaughter and the slaughter that happens inside the building behind me here is that they say a prayer before they stab the animals to death. There's your difference. The injustice for the individual is still the same. They're still having their life taken for an optional product. We've done an outreach in Winchester before about octopus farming. And we've been to the same place so many times and spoken to people about animal rights when it comes to chickens, pigs, cows, sheep, fish, and all the other animals. When we went there and we spoke to them about octopus farming, 99.9% of the people we spoke to were on board with our message. We shouldn't farm octopus. It's horrific, it's unethical. Octopus can feel, octopus are intelligent, octopus are sentient. So many people were on board with that message. And why is that? Because 99.9% of people in the UK don't eat octopus 3 times a day. It was easy for them to jump on board against that injustice because they felt removed from it anyway.
Yeah.
But the second I said, what's the difference morally between that octopus and the chickens? Oh.
Triggered.
Oh. And all of a sudden, they would flip and then they would start to defend that injustice. You'd put it back on the octopus and then they'd be on my side. Put it back on the chickens, then they would defend. So this is what we're taught, is that indoctrination, is that speciesism. It's the same way that we're against halal slaughter, but we're not opposing regular slaughter. These things are all so similar, so please be open-minded to the fact that you could be wrong. Listen to our message. It's a message of kindness. It's a message of trying to inform you. We're not pointing fingers, we're not clashing, so please listen.
People don't even understand that halal slaughter isn't even like halal anyway. Like most halal slaughterhouses actually will like kill them the standard way. They might even put the prayer on like a loop just playing. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Anyone can apply to get the halal stamp. It's just a marketing ploy to make people feel better about paying for that. They're just trying to, what's that?
Joey's video is in the description.
Yes, Joey's video is in the description. Go look at what halal looks like. It's horrific. But that is no different to what happens in this building here. In this building, the FSA said that this place isn't even compliant with the standard welfare. Welfare is crap, by the way. It doesn't mean anything. But they're not even adhering to the standard. Like, where they're not stunning animals correctly. They're misusing equipment to maneuver animals. Animals are suffering in immense pain. Now, even if there was no pain, even if they did use everything correctly, even if they did obey by standard practice, they are stabbing animals in the throat. They are seeing animals as a commodity and a use and a resource. Therefore, animals are exploited. That is what is wrong. People need to change their mindset. People think veganism is a diet. It is not. It's a mindset shift.
Ethical position.
Yes, an ethical position.
Marcos, thank you so much, Marcos, for your super thanks. You're always such a kind supporter.
Thank you, Marcos.
Thank you, vegan activist from Marcos.
Likewise, and to every other activist in the chat as well. Heidi used to work at a chicken hatchery.
Yeah.
Now, Heidi just said, I was trained on my first week to shove baby chicks into the egg crusher because they were wet. I cried all day. Sure. Heidi, please message us on Instagram. I'd love to chat further with you, and maybe we can get an interview with you, because hatcheries are an industry that is still very hidden. People don't believe hatcheries exist. People don't believe that in the egg industry, male chicks are literally classed as a waste product. They are blended up alive. Organic, free range, wherever you get eggs from, that is what happens in a hatchery. Blended up alive or thrown inside these gas chambers and suffocated to death. That is what happens. Heidi is in the chat right now. Thank you for being here, Heidi. And yeah, please message us on Instagram at itsmelonsteve. I would love to chat more to you about that. Has anybody else worked in the industry who doesn't anymore? So Heidi actually changed after she worked in that industry. The industry itself turned her vegan. The industry is so horrific that the workers leave vegan, because once people see the reality, once they see what happens inside these places of hell, they don't want to work here. One of our closest friends, David, the 40-year-old vegan, used to be a slaughterhouse inspector. He used to go inside these places and inspect these places, and now he's vegan and an animal rights activist. But that was just because his family did it, and it was kind of like just the norm. He passed down to him. He thought he had to do it. You don't. Eating animals is a choice. It's a choice that you don't need to do. Exploiting animals is a mindset shift. Live vegan and just leave animals alone and protect them. One thing that really frustrates me is that when I first saw what happens to the animals, it broke my heart. I was so saddened and heartbroken, and I could not believe that anybody could see what happens to animals and then defend it. I was shocked. I was shocked at that. And it frustrates me so much that the animals, these babies and mothers are victims of people's choices. There's one thing when you don't know, but it's another thing when you do know and you mock the animals. Like this person here, Elijah, I eat steak. We all used to. We haven't been vegan forever, but have you seen Dominion on YouTube? Have you seen inside these places? This is a slaughterhouse. Every single animal you eat is a baby who wanted to live. They're a baby who wanted to live, and they need protecting so much. So much. They're going inside this place today because people are not vegan. What's better, guys, for the animals? I know I'm going to continue living not vegan. I'm going to pay for animals to be stabbed in the throat or thrown inside gas chambers or macerated alive inside blenders. Or I'm just going to live vegan and defend the animals and just eat something else, not go to horse races, not bet on animals, not use them and exploit them. It's so easy. Just be kind. I don't understand why people struggle so much with just being kind. everyone always is talking about, oh, we must be kind to each other, we must be kind to each other. What about the animals? What about the animals? They're the only species in this world that are actually not even seen as victims, and in fact, they're mocked before they get stabbed in the throat.
Okay guys, so we are here at ABP and we haven't seen any animals coming in here today, but security are now behind the gate here. You can probably see them in there, the hive is there, security there, which means that they put this gate onto manual. This gate is usually on an automatic system where they press a button and it slides back and the animals go in. When activists turn up with a camera, they turn that automatic system off and they manually run the door open and close because it's faster. Why do you think that they do that? Why do you think that they need the element of speed to not allow us to literally point a camera at the animals inside of a truck that's driven here from whatever farm they've been on? They don't want you, the consumer, to see the animals pulling into a slaughterhouse. Why is that? Is it because you think that they know that people are inherently empathetic and people do actually care? Is it because you know that if people saw the reality, they'd remove their support, and if people remove their support, then the profit margins would drop out of this evil industry? Question these things. Start to think. Renee, thank you so much for super thanks and your constant support. Renee, you are an absolute legend. Renee's for these farmers who won't consume what comes from the animals they exploit. That alone should tell you something. But they suffer from cognitive dissonance as well, and then eat what their fellow farmers make. It's weird. Absolutely. How many times, like Renee's point there, how many times do you hear of like a chicken farmer saying, I won't eat chicken, but I'll eat cows and I'll eat sheep and I'll eat fish. But they won't eat chicken because they farm chickens. See it like loads. Yep. Or you find even that, you get that amongst farmers, but you also get it amongst people. You know, I spoke to so many people who are like, oh, we had rescue hens growing up and I couldn't eat chicken the whole time that we had rescue hens in our back garden. And it's because we connect, right? We connect. Look at humans, look at babies, all right? Let's take like a 4 to 5 year old child. You put a 4 to 5 year old child around any farmed animal or any animal at all, the children will want to run up and cuddle and be affectionate and care for and love the animals, whatever animals it may be. Children love animals. We aren't inherently going around trying to breastfeed from cows and bite chickens' heads off and make bacon out of pigs. It's not what we do naturally. When people say, oh, it's natural, we've always done it, it's nature, animals eat other animals, it's not. Children don't go around attacking animals. Children go around loving animals. But what happens is, as children grow up, the indoctrination and the cognitive dissonance that Renee's pointing out starts to happen. We're ripped away from some species of animals, and we're told that dogs and cats and horses and dolphins and whales will love these animals, and we should respect these animals, and they're majestic, and in all the ways that matter, they're the same as us. But then we're told that we can appreciate and love cows, chickens, pigs, sheep, and fish, but at the same time it's okay to take their babies, take their breast milk, take their bodily autonomy, commodify them, exploit them and kill them for an optional product. And this is what the world does from such a small age. It does it in different ways. They humane wash, they tell you the lies, they use like clever marketing like the laughing cow or happy eggs, or they use clever marketing posters like cows in green fields in the supermarket. It's all there to indoctrinate you further. And then you get the doctors. Doctors and nurses will say that you have to eat animals for protein. You need to eat heme, you need calcium from cow's milk. Why are we the only species that drink milk from another species? Start to question these things. If anything that I'm saying to you is nudging a little bit of logic in your brain, if anything that I'm saying is making you think, actually, that's kind of consistent and I see that guy's point, then please click in the description, please click on the link to Dominion, and please watch it, and please sign up to Challenge 22, the other link in there, because the reality is if you don't, you are staying in that cognitive dissonance, you're staying in that conditioned mindset at the cost of animals' lives.
You have a right to know, you have a right to see. Don't let them mug you off by keeping that from you. You deserve to see. Now, Sea Dog has given us a super thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
He said more ecosystems are destroyed to grow food and forces more animals out of their homes. The Amazon rainforest is being destroyed because of soy farms. I know exactly another reason to be vegan, because the majority of soy is fed to animals. 96% of the soy that you are talking about destroying the Amazon is being fed to animals. Another reason to be vegan. Veganism is the moral baseline. Stop sending animals to slaughterhouses, and then it will also help the wild animals. Did you know the #1 reason for wildlife extinction is animal agriculture? It's a literal killing machine from all angles. So thank you for bringing up that point. I know you probably thought it was the opposite, but it's not. And that's another reason why you need to just keep asking questions. Keep in the chat, stay here, because we are going to show you something today you have never seen before. Most of you would have never seen what we are going to be showing you today. Stay here, ask questions. Yes, this is real. This is a slaughterhouse. This is here, and it's around the world. There are slaughterhouses all around the world that kill animals for you personally, and they did for me as well. But I saw the reality. I saw inside one of these places. It ripped my heart apart. I cried and I cried and I cried, and I went vegan there and then. The moment I saw was the moment I changed. You can do that too. The animals are desperate. I can't express how desperate the animals are. We are telling you one aspect of this whole industry. We also go and investigate these farms. We go inside these places, and I can't even express with the words that are here on the planet, because there is not the word to tell you how awful these places are. And yes, they were local farms, and yes, they were best standard. They had award-winning farms all over the farm. When I got inside, it was hell on earth. It was absolute hell on earth. I cannot emphasize enough with just words. You need to see what happens. You need to see for yourself. Your mind is way too innocent to ever take you to what happens to the animals. Your mind is too innocent, Flaps. Stop spamming the chat, guys.
So you need to time out?
Yeah, that person there. Guys, let's just recap with who's in the chat. #1, if you are vegan. #2, if you are open-minded and you're like, yeah, I've never thought about this before. #3, if you love animal abuse.
There we go.
Thanks, well done, guys.
Time some out there.
Yeah, sorry guys, there was a few people spamming the chat, so they've just been timed out. Look, we don't ask questions, please keep asking, but just don't spam the chat with silly things. The animals don't deserve that. The animals need urgency. They need you watching this live to take action today. Awesome, we got a lot to... Oh, Heidi, you're not vegan. I thought you were vegan, Heidi Ho. You speak like you are vegan.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I would presume maybe it's because you don't know about the other industries, and I want to express that that's not your fault that you don't know. But please watch Dominion. The link is in our description, because anytime you pay for animal products, animals are exploited and used and seen as only a commodity, like a sack of potatoes. That's how they treat them.
Hi Martin, I didn't see Martin come in the chat.
Hi, Martin.
You snuck in there, Martin.
Snuck in, Martin.
Snuck
Martin's
in there to defend the animals.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here with us. It means a lot.
Guys, I want to take a minute to thank all the #1s, all the vegans in the chat. The chat room is one of the hardest positions to be in. This chat is relentless, it's frustrating, it's difficult. The amount of times that I've been in the chat and I've spent 5 minutes typing out a comment to post it and it just disappeared. It's a tough place to be. But I appreciate every single one of you. We both appreciate every single one of you vegans defending the animals in there. If you weren't in there, then the chat would not be as effective for the animals as it is. So from the bottom of our hearts and on behalf of the animals, every single one of you vegans in there, thank you so much, bless you, for defending them. It's a tough place. We appreciate you so much. With that being said, #2s. This is a great opportunity for you to ask questions, because if we miss your comment, the likelihood is that the expert activists in that chat are not going to miss it. You could get an opportunity to have these questions answered. Why not ask them? Like we said, no one's coming from a place of judgment. No one in this chat would be judging you. Everyone in this chat wants to defend the animals, and this is your perfect opportunity to ask them questions. Renee, again, thank you so much for more support. Renee, we wouldn't be able to do what we do as effective, literally, without your support as well. So just thank you so much. Renee's put, we restock what's made, but we cannot restock what's lived. The products on shelves make you disconnect from how final death is. Wow. We've been sold a light feeling on something that's so, that's so heavy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We cannot restock what's lived. That's
we have.
So true.
We've been sold this light feeling. We've been sold this feeling of like, it's okay, it's humane. We actually, people were like, oh yeah, I don't like it if I think about it too much. And they're in that light feeling. But like what Renee's saying, death is so final for the individuals. Let's focus on the individuals for a minute, because today you woke up, you have options. You know, the likelihood is that you'll be able to go about your day and make choices depending on what you want to do. And tonight you'll tuck yourself up into bed and you'll go to sleep. You'll be able to drive around and see the beautiful sunrise today. It's a nice blue sky here in the UK. You'll be able to have all these options and do all these things. But for the animals being taken to slaughterhouses today, the sunrise is the last one that they're ever going to see. For some, it may be the first time they ever see it. For some animals, last night was the last time they closed their eyes and rested and slept. Because today, they won't have the opportunity to go to sleep. Their lives will be taken.
That's actually something that keeps me up before we come to a vigil.
Yeah.
Come to a slaughterhouse.
And these lives are taken for optional products. So please remember, this is an optional product. And when you have the option, why would you choose to be violent? It's as simple as that. This is the reality.
Hold on, wait. Heidi, have you just gone vegan? Yes, converting today. I was very young when I experienced this. Yeah, Heidi, have you just gone vegan?
I think Heidi may have just connected and gone vegan. If you have, Heidi, please put in the chat, Heidi, that you have.
Yeah, just say, yes, I've gone vegan, so we know.
Just so we know.
But yeah, like, this is why we do these lives, guys. For people like that who just haven't seen the reality. Yes, you may have worked in one part of the industry. As of today, wow, put in the chat that you're vegan from today.
Yeah, let's say I'm vegan from today.
Let's show everyone else.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well done,
well done,
Heidi. See, when good people see the reality, they change. They change.
Yes, Heidi vegan today. Amazing. This is what happens
Heidi.
When someone with compassion, with someone with empathy, and someone with the ability to critically think outside the box sees the injustice, hears what we're saying, understands that we're not judging, we're just trying to defend the animals. If we were stood here today, to all the anti-vegans, to all the number threes, if we were stood here today defending dogs, if we were in Yuling, China at the dog festival, in the markets where they're killing dogs, and we were live streaming saying, guys, hit number one if you don't think it's right to kill dogs, everyone would be number one. Everybody. But because we're here saying let's not kill cows, it's different. And this is the speciesism, this is the disconnect that we're talking about. If this was dogs here today, how would you feel? Would you still be a number three if there were dogs going in here to die today?
Heidi, I just want to say everyone's giving you a lot of support on our other chat as well, saying you're a hero for the animals, for changing. Thank you for changing.
Tammy, Mel and Steve, what's your view on Hinduism? I don't really have a view on Hinduism. I don't really have a view on religions per se. My view on religions is that people shouldn't use them for evil. A lot of my experience of talking to people of a religion, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Muslim, Hinduism, or any religion, my personal experience of talking to them people is they try and use it as a justification to do what they want to do. And I don't think that that's right. You know, I watched Christspiracy. I thought Christspiracy was really informative. If Christspiracy was accurate, then I believe that Christianity heavily points towards veganism and that Christians should be vegan.
Yeah, but this isn't about religion whatsoever, so I like to leave religion out of it.
Yeah, let me just finish what I was saying.
Oh, sorry, I thought you finished.
But whatever your religion might be, no religion mandates exploiting and eating animals. It's always optional in whatever religion.
In fact, if you're meant to be like kind and compassionate in your religion, how can you justify paying someone to stab animals?
So again, if your religion deems it optional, the option falls back onto your moral choice. So yeah, please don't use like religion as an excuse.
Yeah. Someone put, I don't think we kill dogs in the UK. Well, yes, they do actually. Right now, there are activists who are potentially going to prison for 10 years for saving the beagle puppies from MBR in Cambridge in the UK, where they breed 2,000 beagle puppies every single year for toxicity testing. Now, amazing, brave activists from Animal Rising are currently facing court. They're in court today. They have been the last 3 days. And they are facing a jury. So they could be facing up to 10 years in prison. Do you think they should go to prison for rescuing 18 puppies who are going to be used and tested on?
Bowl of Stress, hello, I've seen you sneak in the chat as well, welcome in. Someone's put here, JW Outdoors, there is nothing in Christianity about being vegan whatsoever.
Thou shalt not kill.
We could debate that, right? But the point is that I made, Christianity doesn't mandate exploiting animals, therefore it comes down to you to choose. So whether Christianity says you should be vegan or not is irrelevant. It doesn't mandate exploiting animals. This is the point.
You do not need a book to tell you it's wrong to stab animals in the throat.
Yeah.
If the book you are reading is telling you that yes, it's okay to stab babies in the throat, then I suggest you put that book down. But the fact is, like Steve said, there is no religion that mandates eating animals. Maybe once upon a time when they were in survival, they may have done that for survival. Today you don't have to do that. Again, this is not a diet. This is not about religion. This is a mindset shift. Stop seeing animals as a resource for you. They are not here for us. They are just like you and your family who you love and your dogs and cats who you love. These animals are sentient. They have a central nervous system. They have an experience of the world. They can feel pain just like you. In fact, they can probably feel it more because their senses are even better than humans. Just stop it. Just stop it. Watch Dominion on YouTube and see what you're paying for.
I see someone a minute ago put a comment there saying, what about other animals that eat other animals? This may be a valid comment because we've got a lot of people coming into the chat and it may be the first time you're coming across animal rights activism. So let me answer that for you. When we look at other animals eat other animals, let's take lions, because a lot of people say lions, though lions kill gazelles in the wild. You're not a lion, okay? So we're not obligate carnivores. You know, again, we could get into a discussion of are we omnivores or are we frugivores or are we herbivores? But that's irrelevant again, because all the leading nutrition and dietitianal studies that have been done point to the fact that you can be healthy and thrive on a plant-based diet at all stages of life. So we know the science is there backing that we can be, right? So we're not an obligate carnivore. We're not in a survival situation that the lions are in, and the science backs up that we can thrive on a plant-based diet. So when you have no necessity, you have no justification. You don't need to, so you can't justify it. Lions can justify it because they're obligate carnivores. They don't have the moral agency that we do, and they are in a survival situation.
I still don't like it for the victim, but...
Still don't like it, it's horrible. But hopefully that answers your question. You can't go into Tesco, Sainsbury's, Aldi's, Lidl, or whatever supermarket you go in and base your morality off of what lions do. If we did that, to be consistent, when lions meet other lions, they sniff each other's bums. So imagine if you went out into the public today and started sniffing random people's bums, and when the police came over and said, what are you doing? And you said, lions do it, lions though, would you reckon the police would go, ha, good point, yeah, no, carry on, sniff away? Or do you think they'd be like, you're not a lion, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's crazy to believe that you can do that.
It's strange, it's
Yeah.
strange. Someone
Caleb's
pointed
here
out,
as well, hey Caleb.
Hey Caleb, how about greyhound racing? Thank you for bringing up that point. So yeah, of course, greyhound racing's horrible. Have you seen the footage? Have you seen what happens to these poor greyhounds? It's awful. You know what these people do with the greyhounds after they're no longer profitable? They ditch them. They leave them. I'm actually in talks with someone who is trying to rescue a greyhound right now, and the facility that rescue these greyhounds, there was a greyhound left in horrible conditions because they were no longer seen as profitable. Those greyhounds, when they push that door open, they've been stuck and they've literally like suffered inside that door where they break it open to then run. It's awful. Greyhounds all the time break their legs, they die, they break their necks. Same with horse racing. They get broken in to the point where they learn something called learned helplessness. They're literally broken souls. They have that bit in their mouth which they shouldn't have. Imagine holding your arm out and holding like a litre of water.
10 litres.
10 litres of water for hours and hours every single day. That's the kind of pain they're feeling in their mouth when they have that bit in their mouth.
Pressure.
The same pressure. And then the rider will literally use that to manoeuvre them.
With a whip.
Yeah, how disgusting. How disgusting can our species be? Who the hell was like, I'm going to sit on a horse and use them? Disgusting. Absolutely evil. Yeah? Right, one second. It's horrific. This is why veganism's not a diet, guys. Like I kept saying, it's a mindset shift. All your life you've been taught that animals are here for us and we eat animals and you can ride animals, and in fact they use your love for animals to make you pay for their exploitation, like they did with me as a child. I got to stroke tigers, I cuddled baby lions, I swam with dolphins. I remember as a child, I remember riding a horse once. Like, I always wanted to be around animals because I love them so much. As a child, I didn't understand the exploitation because I didn't realise people could be so evil. Now I don't want to go to these places because I love animals so much. Now I try and rip these places down, tear them apart, and make sure it's banned. Horse races should be banned, greyhound races should be banned, zoos should be shut down. We should only have sanctuaries, and we shouldn't even need sanctuaries, you know, because if the world was vegan, you wouldn't need sanctuaries because people wouldn't be exploiting animals. You'd have maybe some rescues for some animals that have been accidentally hurt. Rescues are only there and sanctuaries are only there the majority of the time because animal agriculture exists. That's why you can go to like the retreat, that's why you can go to Lotus Lamb Animal Sanctuary, that's why you can go to these places and see farmed animals in a rescue place because they had been rescued from you if you are not vegan. Oh yeah.
So we keep an eye out.
Yeah, so you see there on that one, they've now started to like keep an eye out, so it'll be time for the trucks to start coming. So stay on this live, guys. Stay on this live. We will show you the reality. Like we said, we're not here to point fingers at you. We're not here to point fingers at you. Yes, Claudio, the RSPCA. We were protesting the RSPCA the other day. Oh, yeah.
So you say
smell.
like, yeah, big fucking smell. And look at the fear. God bless. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow. Nothing bad happens in there. It was me.
Wow.
Oh, that
Describe
was
what's going on to
yeah,
the...
I don't want to say it in front of him. So there is a doggy right now who doesn't want to cross. Looked at the slaughterhouse, sniffed, and then was backing up. I think I caught that. Let me just show you quick so like I'm not making it obvious. But here, this man's had to sit down with their doggy because they're so afraid. I think I caught that all on here. That was powerful. See, animals can like have a heightened sense of smell. When you're here, all you can smell is blood and guts, and you can hear cries. Oh, this dog doesn't want to come near it.
She doesn't want to walk past. She knows it's a place of evil.
Wow.
She knows it's a place of evil. And this is our exact point. That when cows are being brought here, or when they come like within like 5 miles of this place, they can smell. They know. So
Yeah.
you can only imagine like that dog did not want to walk past. They were literally cowering and fearing away, just walking out the front of this building. Could you imagine what it must be like when you're trapped inside of that trailer and you have no way of escape and they're literally dragging you in there?
Aww.
She knows, right?
Oh, bless her. She's
Oh,
so
bless
lovely.
you. You're safe. You're okay.
Oh, bless her.
Now look, she like release. bless. Man, that's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and it literally steelmans what we say.
She's lucky to have you.
It steelmans what we say when these animals turn up, guys. The fact that they come here, when the trucks pull in, at the back of the trailers is literally a line of piss and shit where they're in so much fear. They're literally in fight and flight mode, and their body is just dumping whatever is in their stomach because they're that scared. This is the reality of what's happening. Guys, for anyone joining this live stream right now, we're outside of a slaughterhouse. This slaughterhouse is an ABP slaughterhouse. They're killing cows here for their breast milk, and they're killing cows here for their body parts. If you're against that, then please stay here. If you've never seen animal rights activism before, please stay here. If you're not vegan, please stay here, because we're going to show you something that you've probably never seen before. We're going to be here as animals come in to go behind this gate here. We're going to try and capture them in the trucks as the trucks pull around. We're going to try and show you them, because we believe that you need to see the injustice yourself.
Someone put killing for cow's milk, yes.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So what happens in the dairy industry, Steve? What do they have to do?
Yeah,
so
the dairy industry is inherently so evil and cruel, and people look at the dairy industry and, like you're saying, they're killing for milk. Like, it doesn't seem like there could be any injustice there, right? We think that cows just produce milk and they get milked by the happy farmer in the little bucket, and everyone cuddles at the end of it, and then the cows go and play in the field. The reality of the dairy industry is far from what the industry's humane washing lies have told you. The dairy industry starts by ejaculating a bull and taking his bodily autonomy away from him, taking his semen and inserting it inside of a female cow by putting their hand inside of her bump, holding her cervix and injecting her with that bull semen. They're forcing a pregnancy on her. Her bodily autonomy is gone. She will carry her baby for 9 months, just like any other mammal. She will bond with her baby whilst her baby is inside of her, just like any other mammal. When she gives birth to her baby, whether that baby is male or female, they will be immediately removed from the mum. When the mum starts around and starts to clean and bond and care for her baby, she will have hours with their baby. The babies are taken because the breast milk that was intended for her children is to be taken and used to put in coffee and tea, or to make cheese, or yogurts, or chocolate bars, or all these other optional products. The reason... Sorry, what are you pointing out? I'm vegan. Oh, cool. Did you screenshot this? Nice. We're screenshotting the vegans, guys, so we know. All for these optional products, right? Now, the males are classed as waste products. The males in the dairy industry do not produce milk. It's only the females, because it's breast milk. So because they're classed as a waste product, they're sent to slaughterhouses, they have their lives taken, sometimes they're killed on the farm. Females are sent to isolation hutches to be separated from their mum, be given a milk substitute until they're sexually mature enough to have the same thing done to them. That's the dairy industry. You probably also don't know that cows exploited for their breast milk are different to cows who are exploited for their body parts. Two different species.
Yes, Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Dairy is scary on YouTube. See it for yourself.
Yeah,
Before
absolutely.
you see it for yourself, like, words can only do so much, but like, you have to see like visuals. You have to actually see what happens. I mean, like, Steve just told you the basics of what happens. We've gone inside these farms ourselves. We've seen mother cows with her birthing blood all over her back legs, hanging off her, crying out for her baby. So she would have just given birth. Her baby wasn't with her. She was crying out for her baby. The cries of a mother for her baby are heart-wrenching. Yeah. You can feel the pain she is feeling of someone taking her baby away from her. Now, her baby, like Steve said, if they were a boy, they would have been taken to a slaughterhouse the size of like a Labrador, taken inside one of these places around strangers with knives who stab them in the throat and then tell you, the public, that it's all fine, it's humane, like, it's all good. Don't worry, it's local, so don't worry. Local kidnapping and local murder is absolutely fine, right? Yeah. They're lying to you. Don't fall for it. See it for yourself. If they don't send them here, just a few weeks old, they will sell them as veal and they'll get fattened up They actually put them in like a black box, don't they? Like a box with no sunlight.
Yeah.
To keep their meat tender.
Yeah.
How it's vile. Our species is doing this. Do you think that's good that our species is doing this? Like, if you think anything we are saying sounds horrific and it's not okay, it's unfair, it's unjust, then you know what to do.
Slow-mo gamer, well done for saying a sentence where everything was wrong in it all at the same time. Congratulations. Guys, double tap the screen if you think plants feel pain. If you think plants feel pain, double tap the screen. Let me see.
Oh, so guys, Heidi Ho today used to work in a egg hatchery in Australia, but has also now today have gone vegan and just said, my sister doesn't eat much meat and I think converting this household will be pretty easy.
Nice.
Heidi, I just want to say thank you so much for listening and seeing what happens to the animals and changing on the spot. But the other thing that you did as well, you didn't just change and leave it at that. You've now become an activist. You want to tell people about it, and that is exactly what everybody needs to do. When you see the reality, you change and then you defend those animals because you now know what happens to them. So thank you on behalf of the animals for defending them.
Raven, my brother is vegan. Amazing.
Yes,
amazing.
Awesome. Are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah.
Guys coming in the chat, if you don't know where we are, double tap the screen if you think plants feel pain. And we are outside of a slaughterhouse in the UK. This is an ABP slaughterhouse. We're here today to show you the injustice that these animals face. The animals being brought here today will be cows. Please stay here. Please stay here and see as these animals are brought in.
Yeah, Alex, I don't know if you're still in the room. If you wanted to put the link into the FSA report on this facility where they have non-compliances to even the basic welfare standards, which don't mean anything anyway, but they were not stunning correctly. The animals were literally being killed still conscious. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Bernard.
They were mishandling the animals, using equipment on the animals that they shouldn't do. There was a problem with the shackles. Like it's awful. There's major non-compliances happening.
Improper stunning.
Yeah, improper stunning of animals. This is what happens. So people will often say, "Oh, I'm so against halal," but stunning is just a word. It doesn't work for the animals. It's there to keep the workers safe, to put the animals to the ground so they can stab them in the throat, safer for the workers. They don't care about the animals.
SK Power Tube, Jesus never said that we should stop eating animals. Jesus never said that you should. If you read the Bible, nowhere in the Bible does it say Jesus said you should eat animals.
I don't care if Simon said it, I don't care if Jim said it. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. Like, who can, if Jesus said, oh, you should all be killing your mums, would you do that too? No, you go, oh no, Jesus doesn't sound like a very nice guy, I'm not going to do that. Because I have a brain, I can think for myself.
Yeah.
Why is it when people see what happens to animals, they feel sick, they throw up, they don't want to see it, you don't want to listen to us because you don't want to hear the reality? Why is it that this isn't just an open floor where we can see the animals being stabbed? If we were meant to eat animals, why do we have to build these facilities to stab animals in the throat and then come up with stupid words like free range and organic and humane and put it in front of the word murder?
It's a really good point actually, right? If you look behind, look at the slaughterhouse, look at this business, right? We've got closed doors, we've got security, we've got spike fences, everything is hidden and you're not allowed to see anything. You look across the road, look at QuickBit, they're working on cars, all the doors are open. Full transparency. This is exactly what we do here. We have nothing to hide. Interesting, right? Thanks, Alex, for putting that link in there.
Thanks. Yeah, check out their breaches from this facility.
Guys coming in the chat, double tap the screen if you think plants feel pain. Double tap the screen if you think plants are sentient. Double tap the screen if you're an anti-vegan troll. Let's see how many of you are anti-vegans. At the same time, put 1 in the chat if you are vegan. Put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open to conversation. And double tap the screen if you're a troll.
Yeah. Guys, anyone who's just turned up, this is a slaughterhouse in the UK right now. Oh, we've got all the ones.
All the ones there, we've got loads of 2s.
Wow, welcome
Loads
to the chat, all the 2s. We are actually here, of course, for the animals first and foremost, but we're here to show transparency to the world. These people don't do it. They hide the reality. Let me show you this evil facility that they hide from you. All right, look, camera up there watching us the whole time. Spikes fencing, security at the gate. Let me just pop this up so you can see. This is what it's looks like outside. Can you imagine what it looks like on the inside? Can you imagine all these animals fighting for your life? These babies and mothers, anything wrong to anyone. Use the spike fence in here. Hidden in plain sight. This is an industrial estate, hidden in plain sight. You know, the reason I think that they do this in plain sight here is because the buildings don't look a lot different, do they? Like Steve said, they're more open. You can go inside there, they're open. This one is shut. So you could think, oh, maybe the entrance to this one is around the corner, or maybe it's part of that business there. But then when you walk past this place, stinks of blood, stinks of guts, stinks of fear. When we first arrive, you hear the cows crying, you hear big bangs, being like, that's like the knock box, so they fall into the floor. It's just awful. Like, you know, it's like, I'm shocked that I have to even keep talking about what happens to the animals all the time. All of you guys watching this live today, like Heidi has today, has listened, she's gone vegan. That should be it for you guys. Why is it that there's some people who either mock the animals in this world, who mock them, or there's some people who just don't care? Why is it that something that has broken my heart into pieces hurts so bad that some people just don't feel anything? I don't understand that. Now, that's not everybody, by the way. If you have come into the chat, thank you for being here. Thank you for being open-minded. It's not your fault that you don't know the industry. It is not your fault. You have had lies. You've been indoctrinated since birth. That's a lot of conditioning to undo. I understand that. So please stay on this live. See these animals for yourself. See your victims. Every single time you pay for animal products, you are voting with your money for animals to be stabbed in the throat for you, and you may not have realised that.
Heidi, that's a really nice comment. Your humanity and kindness is breathtaking.
Oh,
thank you, Heidi. Actually, yours is.
Yeah.
You're the person that's gone vegan today. You're the one that opened your heart to the animals. You're the one that didn't turn away. You listened to what we were saying, and now you've made an ethical decision, a moral decision to include animals in your moral considerations. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your kindness.
Heidi's a shining light. When you see the chat, a lot of people saying we've done it for years or whatever. Heidi's not made any excuses.
Yeah.
Heidi knows, and she's gone vegan. You are a shining light. Thank you.
Yeah, guys, any number twos in here? Let's put some questions in here. That is, what's stopping you from being vegan? Like, what's the biggest thing that is holding you back? What are you finding the most challenging? What's going on? What's the difficulties? Let's see what we've got going in. Stop talking bad about them. Animals deserve lives too. Absolutely, animals deserve their lives. You think plants feel pain and you eat plants. How hypocritical. I don't think plants feel pain. We've never said plants feel pain. I said double tap the screen if you think plants feel pain.
Yeah.
I don't think plants feel pain.
Dan put, I can appreciate your passion, but it's the way of the world.
Well, it's not the way of the world. Dan, thanks for your comment, first of all. But it's not the way of the world, right? It's the way of the world because people are demanding it to be the way of the world. Every time that you go to the supermarket and you pay with your money, you're voting for that system of violence to perpetuate. So if we're against it, then we change it. At one point, it was the way of the world for white people to own black people. At one point, it was the way of the world that it was illegal to be homosexual. At one part of the world, time in the world, it was okay that women didn't have rights. And all these injustices came to an end because people stood up against them. So this is another injustice. This is a rights movement because the animals don't have rights protecting their basic bodily autonomy and their lives. So we can't just shrug our shoulders and say it's the way of the world. We've never done that on other injustices and we shouldn't do that on this one.
Yeah.
Thanks for your comment. But Dan, if you're against it, what's stopping you from aligning your actions and your ethics?
Yeah.
No spamming, guys. Spamming will get you timed out. We're here for a good conversation, and spamming just ruins that chat.
I think sometimes people put in comments, not necessarily because they're bad people. I think they're just trying to say something to make themselves feel better about not changing, because that's the easier option, right, for you. But actually, the animals need you to take accountability of your own actions. It's very simple, it's very easy. It's not rocket science, it's not asking you to do anything more. It's actually just asking you to just not pay for the exploitation to animals.
Really interesting comment, Cheryl. Even if I was vegan, I would still own cats and dogs. Vegans never claim to own animals, by the way. We look after animals. So your wording there wouldn't be vegan anyway.
Rescue.
And I would still feed them a holistic, real meat and real fish-based diet. Well, you can't kill one animal to feed another animal. That's unethical and immoral. It's funny how you think that a fish-based diet for dogs is natural. When do you ever see dogs fishing? So we feed cats fish, we feed dogs fish. It's not natural for them. You never see a dog go fishing. It's ridiculous. You're indoctrinated to believe that fish is a natural part of a dog's diet. Dogs are omnivores. Dogs can live on plants as well. So why, when you can choose an option for your dog that's more moral, more ethical, aren't you? Absolutely ridiculously.
Yeah.
Like Renee said, she can holistically feed her own leg to her dogs and cats.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
Renee.
feed yourself to your dog.
Absolutely.
That's so true.
I would not oppose you, Cheryl, chopping off your leg
Consented.
and feeding it to your dogs and cats.
Yeah.
It would be more ethical. You know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Why?
And like we said, veganism is like you don't view animals as a commodity. So if you're saying I'd be vegan but I still feed my animals, then that you haven't got the vegan mindset. We actually watched something yesterday. Do you remember all about the dog foods that they basically? It's like the scraps on the floor that they feed to your animals. We've seen what happens in we've seen what the dog industry feed dogs like.
Oh yeah,
disgusting.
from the yeah.
It's like I wouldn't do
Oh,
even if I wasn't vegan.
From the rendering plant.
Yeah, even if I wasn't vegan and I didn't care about the ethical side of the animals, which of course I do, but I wouldn't give that to anybody.
I want Captain Blackbird to elaborate on your statement here. Captain Blackbird says not giving a dog meat is animal abuse. Elaborate on that. Expand on how not giving dogs meat is animal abuse, but killing animals to feed your dog to kill them earlier is okay. Explain.
Yeah. Sorry.
This is the thing. This is just your anecdotal opinion, but your anecdotal opinion without your ability to critically think or even admit that you could be wrong is costing others their lives. So stop being so willfully ignorant, educate yourself and change.
Yeah, you're being confidently wrong right now.
Yeah.
So Heidi's put vegan pet food, that's another thing to research. Yes, so the study has come out from Andrew Knight that dogs actually live longer on a plant-based diet. They actually, like every dog I've seen who's on a plant-based diet has been living into like their 20s. Both our dogs on a plant-based diet, we use Just Be Kind, the Just Be Kind website, and the dog food is called Solo Vegetal, and we give a dog a bean as well, which they love. It's just like kibble. It's just kibble. It's the same. It looks no different, but to the animals, it's very different. Dogs live a less hazardous life, and they live longer. I think the average is about 4 years longer. So if we love our dogs, of course we'd want to do the right thing by them and give them plant-based food. Cats can also thrive on a plant-based diet as well. There's no difference with their lifespan on cats, but they do live a less hazardous life as well. The animals that you are feeding your animals, they have also been given things like growth hormones, steroids, antibiotics. So if your dog or cat has got a tumour, say, or cancer, if you are feeding them animals that have been fed these growth hormones and stuff, you're gonna accelerate that tumour or that cancer in your dog. Therefore, something that you might have been able to catch, you probably might miss, and it might be too late. And obviously, from an ethical side of things, we shouldn't be killing somebody else to feed somebody else. We wouldn't kill a human to feed another human. We shouldn't be feeding like another dog to feed a dog. We shouldn't be killing cows, chickens, pigs, fish, turkeys to kill them and then feed dogs or cats. So yeah, it's super easy. That's something actually I did so much research on because I was very concerned about our doggy. Before he was on a plant-based diet, he used to have an injection every single month for allergies. He was red, he was itchy, his fur felt horrible. Put him on a plant-based diet. He doesn't have to have the injections. His fur is amazing. He doesn't have the allergies anymore. He's not red and itchy, and he's so much happier in himself as well. And I love that I love that there's plant-based dog food out there. It just makes it so easy. And cat food, yes. Yes, their breath and teeth are also a lot better. That's so true. Hey, they don't smell. Yeah, who is? Yeah, Cheryl, you don't need to chop your leg off. Just feed them plant-based diet. It's super, super easy. Yeah, someone said plants are nasty. You're literally eating someone's bum. You're literally eating scraps off a floor of a slaughterhouse. You're literally eating decaying dead bodies. And you say plants? Like, you think a potato is disgusting? Like, watch Dominion and see
animals
happens.
suffering on the kill floor.
That's
see
disgusting.
Animals fighting for their lives. See animals shitting and pissing in fear because their body is literally gone into fight and flight mode and they're shaking and literally suffering as they're being stabbed to death. Absolutely horrific. The violence that you are defending is like no other. It is the most horrific violence that this world has ever seen. And not only does it happen to them, they are mocked whilst it happens to them. It's the biggest injustice out there. And we cannot be willfully ignorant to this anymore. Everyone is coming across animal rights media now. There is so much out there. Just go and watch the documentaries that you're being directed to. Go and be open to the fact that you could be wrong. Understand what these animals are going through. Just listen to the message we're saying. None of this message is to clash. None of this message is to point fingers and to shame. The message coming from us, the message coming from all the activists, is to turn your heads against the industry that have lied to you.
Yeah.
The industry are the ones that you should be angry at. How pissed off should you be if you are someone who does care about animals, that the RSPCA Assured logo has conditioned you and lied to you about when you paid for 6 months old pigs to go in gas chambers? How pissed off should you be when you realise that dairy cows have their babies ripped away from them so you can have their breast milk and you don't need it for calcium? How pissed off at the industry should you be when you're told all this reality, all this truth? You should be fuming at the industry, not the vegans that are telling you, not the animal rights activists who are showing you. Look at what we need to do from our perspective. We hold a camera up and we tell you the facts and the truths and the realities. Look at what the meat, dairy, egg, leather, wool, entertainment, scientific research industries have to do. They all have to spend billions of pounds humane washing and lying to you, the consumer. Why do they have to cleverly market products? Because if they gave you the realities, you'd never support the injustice if you had half a brain cell and an ounce of compassion in your heart. It would be the most obvious thing to do is to be vegan. The next time you go to the supermarket, if you went to pick up cow's milk and saw dead male calves on the packet, or you saw spent dairy cows collapsed inside of a barn being shot in the head because they can't stand up anymore, would you still take that product off the shelf? If you went over and picked up some sausages made from pigs' bodies and you saw a gas chamber with CO2 gas forming carbonic acid on pigs' eyes and burning them from the inside out, would you then pick up them sausages? If you walked over and bought your free-range, like whatever marketing bullshit eggs you want to pick up, and you saw male chicks being blended up alive, would you pick up the eggs and walk off? Of course you wouldn't. If you would, you're either being disingenuous and you're lying, or you're a fucking psychopath. Because no one with a sane brain and an ounce of compassion pays for that violence.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And that's the reality.
Well said.
That's what happens. So please, please, please watch Dominion and understand why we come at this with such severity. Because for the animals being brought here today, this is it. This is it. Lights over. Game over. They're dying today. They cannot be saved today. The animals who are going to slaughterhouses across the world, We've been here for 2 hours already. Hundreds of thousands of animals have already had their lives taken today. It was too late for them. Don't let it be too late for the animals tomorrow. Do something about this now, today. Take personal accountability. Don't be the reason animals go inside slaughterhouses.
Yeah, well said, well said. Like Steve said, like there's only a small amount of psychopaths luckily in the world. Most people are actually good, like Heidi. Most people do change. A lot of people just haven't seen it, but those people who have seen it and then don't change, they are the small minority. Someone keeps talking about human rights and abortion. We don't pay for abortion and we don't pay for human rights, but if you're not vegan, you're paying for babies and mothers to be slaughtered inside these facilities every single day. So this is not a pointing at us, this is a pointing at you. If you're not vegan, how can you justify that? And if you are against abortion, how are you justifying paying for babies to be stabbed in the throat every single day for you?
Guys, the room's picking up. Let's have another little refresh in the room. Number 1, if you're vegan. Number 2, if you're not vegan but you're open to that conversation. And double tap the screen if you're anti-vegan and you think plants feel pain.
Yeah.
Here come the ones.
The study is Dr. Andrew Knight, by the way, for the dog and cat food, so check that out.
Loads of
ones.
number
Has
one.
anybody...
Got some 2s, Jazz.
Jazz! Welcome to the chat, Jazz. So any
me.
number 2s?
Smells here.
So we are outside a slaughterhouse today. We are here to just show people what happens at these places. What we're doing is, first of all, we want to be with the animals and say how sorry we are on behalf of our species for what happens to them. But also we want to be here to show people the reality of what is happening to the animals, because there are good people out here. Like Heidi, who's gone vegan today, who was a number 2, who didn't know what happens in these industries, not all of them, and now today she has gone vegan because she's seen it. Is there anything stopping you from going vegan today? This is a slaughterhouse here. Mothers and babies from the dairy industry. So for cow's milk, they are being sent here to be stabbed in the throat. So cow's milk comes at a cost of forcible impregnation to start with. They put the mother inside of a cattle crush. So that's like a cage that they get walked into. They can't leave from the front, but the farmer has access to her back end. He gets bull semen, which he puts his arm inside of her with this metal rod, moves her cervix and injects her with bull semen, makes her pregnant. She carries her baby for 9 months just like a mother, like a human mother. When she gives birth to her baby, when she gives birth to a female, they are taken away from her just hours after birth and put into an isolation booth away from the mother. They cry for each other. Cows are very maternal animals. They cry for their babies just like you would if you were at the maternity ward and you had your baby stolen from you. When that baby is sexually mature enough, she will go onto the back of the dairy herd. So she will then have forceful impregnation, have her baby taken away from her, intensively milked, taken away from her, intensively milked, probably tail twist, probably whacked and moved them. Oh, it's horrific. They use like these burners underneath their udders to burn their hair away as well. And that happens over and over. If they give birth to a male, the males do not produce milk. They are classed as waste. These beautiful baby male baby calves, they are sent to these places, to a slaughterhouse. They are taken away from their mothers. They are sent to a slaughterhouse to be stabbed in the throat. It's horrific. If they're not sent here, just a few weeks old, they get sold into the veal industry, where they'll be fattened up for 6 months. Until then they get sent to a slaughterhouse. All cows in the dairy industry are killed. Cows should live around 27 years old. Mother cows who have had forced pregnancy on them, babies taken away, intensively milked again and again and again, face that cycle around 5 times. And then when they're around 5 years old, they'll be sent to a slaughterhouse when they can no longer stand up. And you know what even happens? So when the mothers can no longer stand up, they will put shackles on their back feet because they want to take everything they can from these mothers. They will try and profit from every ounce that they possibly can from these mothers. There's actually been footage of a cow who couldn't stand up. They got the tractor, lifted her up to the milking parlour while she was literally laying, dying on her side. they were taking milk from her udder. She was dying, frothing at the mouth, and they were still had the suckers on taking the milk from her udder, intended for her baby, and then they would have sent her to a slaughterhouse, be stabbed in the throat, because humans are stealing that breast milk, intended for her baby. We are not baby cows. If you have cow's milk in your fridge, you've got to understand, you have had brainwashing put upon you. I used to drink cow's milk too. You have had the propaganda and the brainwashing put upon you. It is not okay. The whole time you're paying for animals to go, animal products, you are paying for animals to be exploited for you.
Please double tap the screen, guys. Like and share this stream. Subscribe. Go to our channel. Go to our main channel and go and watch our investigations. There's a playlist where we take a non-vegan inside of a farm. We then take them to a gas chamber and we then do a podcast talking about the whole thing. Go and see us do these investigations. We've got a investigation coming out soon about the dairy industry. So please go and subscribe to them channels and hit the bell notification so you don't miss live streams. So that every time we pop up, you can see that this isn't just a bad day, this isn't just a bad place, this is consistently evil across the board. So please do that. How's the chat going? Have we got any questions in the chat? Did any questions come through? Here we go. Who's this from? SIAFC. How many creatures die creating your vegetables, let alone not having enough space to grow enough for every person? Also, with the demand for more plant-based products, will raise the price. Right. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that this is maybe the first time you've come across animal rights activism and the first time you've heard this. This is basically crop deaths, you're saying, about all the animals that die when we grow crop plants, right? 80 billion land animals are forced into existence to be stabbed to death for optional products. Them 80 billion land animals are fed crops. If we didn't breed 80 billion land animals into existence to slaughter them for taste pleasure, we wouldn't need to grow all the crops to feed them. There are only 8 billion humans on the planet. If we stopped exploiting animals in animal agriculture, then we would be able to free up 74% of total land used for farming. We would then be able to rewild areas, we would then be able to grow more plants, we'd be able to look at vertical farming systems where we cause less harm. How are we going to stop shooting rabbits and shooting badgers and other animals that destroy crops when we can't stop putting pigs in gas chambers? We're not morally considering animals, are we? But if we stopped killing animals for optional products and we did start morally considering animals, we'd have a load of vegan farmers who also see the ethics and the morals in shooting animals to protect crops. We'd look at better ways of doing it. So hopefully that answers your question on crop deaths. Hopefully it answers your question on land use. But my question to you is, can you justify being violent and exploiting these animals for optional products like taste pleasure?
Yeah, that other guy put, I'm a big believer in freedom. You have the right to be vegan, but give me the right to eat what I like in peace. Well, then you're not for freedom, are you? You're for oppression. You're for violence. You're for taking living beings and using them as commodities. Freedom is leaving people alone, leaving animals alone. Vegans are the only ones for freedom. Freedom for living. Freedom to not be used as a commodity. I don't force animals into these places, but you do. If you're not vegan, you are on the side of oppression. You're on the side of not freedom. Okay? So do you think you should have freedom to also traffic children? Do you think you should have freedom like Jeffrey Dahmer did and also kill people and eat them as well? No, you probably don't like that kind of freedom, do you? Would you want someone to have freedom to kill you? No, probably because if you were the victim, you wouldn't want that. No, you are not an apex predator. You are not an apex predator. That's ridiculous. You're on your mobile phone right now in bed. You're not an apex predator.
People saying plants feel pain. If you think plants feel pain, put number 1 in the chat. Let's do a 1 for plants feel pain so I can see.
Yeah, do you want to show me the environment?
Oh well, yeah, let me just do... Who thinks plants feel pain? If you think plants feel pain, then you should be vegan. Because being vegan, you're going to exploit the least amount of plants. can steel man your ideology, you can steel man that ridiculous logic, and still it points to being vegan. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, guys, let me show you where we are right now. I'm going to spin all these round. We're in the middle of a housing estate. Not a housing estate, an industrial estate, sorry. Look at this. We got Quick Fit over here. We got Aldi. We got, what's that over there? We got Vauxhall. And then we got this slaughterhouse here. This is an ABP slaughterhouse. I can smell already in here that animals are being killed this morning. They must have been there overnight because we were here first thing and no animals are being brought in. But this is the reality. This is their last moments. This is where they'll come. This gate here will be the last thing they see. These guys here in that yellow and orange jacket, they'll be some of the last faces they see. They'll then go in there. That's the layerage over there. That's where they'll be held before they're forced onto a kill floor, before they're forced into a knockbox to have their lives taken. I wonder if the FSA report is still standing here or whether they've reported back to the FSA about the 5 major non-compliances that have happened at this place. I wonder if anyone thinks anything humane happens inside that building. You're absolutely wrong. That building over there takes the lives of innocent animals who don't want to die for optional products that you don't need to buy. It's as simple as that. That's their last view. Now, can you imagine being taken from a place where you feel safe? Or let's say, like when people say farmers love their animals, farmers care about their animals. Let's say that these animals are on amazing farms. Let's say that these animals are really looked after. They're not, by the way, and if you look at our investigations, you'll see the horror show that is animal agriculture. But let's say, for argument's sake, that these animals are having the best lives. They will follow the farmer in the morning when the farmer decides it's time to cash in on his profits, into that truck because they trust him or her. They'll walk onto that truck. The farmer will then drive them here, take them to a strange place and drop them off around strange people in a strange environment with smells of death. We had a dog walk past here a minute ago and the dog didn't want to cross the path of the slaughterhouse because they could smell the evil that was inside. They then get left. So that farmer who the animals, let's say, have trusted and care about, that farmer leads them into this place and then abandons them. They're then in a weird environment where they're scared, they get walked onto a kill floor, and all they can see around them is dead animals, is their friends and family being forced forwards into a knockbox to be killed. All of this is for an optional product. Just leave the animals alone, buy the vegan milk, buy the vegan chocolate, buy the vegan yogurt. Don't support this industry, it's evil. Absolutely evil and barbaric. If you don't know what we're talking about, go into the description, click the link that says Dominion, and watch Dominion from beginning to the end. See the reality. This is the gates outside the front of a slaughterhouse. Dominion will show you what's happening on the inside. Someone's putting go protest the zoo. Yeah, if you're vegan, go and protest the zoo. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Don Dumplings, don't tell me to go and protest the zoo the whole time you're paying for mother cows to come in here and be stabbed to death for milk. Are you vegan, Don Dumplings? If you see an injustice at the zoo, why do you not see an injustice at the slaughterhouse? Because you're right. You're right.
Daniel, no, you're not.
You're absolutely right.
What's going on? People are asking what's going on here.
They don't care about plants. Sorry, go on.
This is a slaughterhouse. We are here exposing these disgusting places. We're here showing good people the reality of these awful places. So today, there will be animals coming into this facility. Like Steve was saying, I don't know if you were here, this is a facility for mother cows from the dairy industry, babies and beef cows. So cows used for meats. They're two different breeds. All needless. We don't need to be eating animals. We don't need to be using animals. Every single animal that is used in farming gets sent to a slaughterhouse. Now we're here to not only show people the reality, but to be here with the animals, to say we're sorry to the animals in their last moments. To just get people to try and make the connection, get people to go vegan, because I used to pay for this. I used to pay for this all my life, for 26 years of my life. No one ever told me that cows have pregnancy forced upon them. No one ever told me cow's milk is for baby cows. No one told me that pigs are sent to gas chambers at 6 months old in the UK and across the world. No one told me the chicken nuggets I was eating was a chicken. At 42-day-old, they get sent to gas chambers as well. I didn't know the reality. So we're here showing people the reality, being here live, so you can see that this is not fake, this is not AI. We're not here for anything other than to show people the truth, to defend the animals. We're not doing this for our own gain. We're not doing this for money. I don't want to be at a slaughterhouse. I hate doing this. I hate being heartbroken every single time I come to these places. But sometimes you have to get close to show other people, because then that's really when people change, when people see the reality. I urge everybody in the chat to go to Dominion, which is in our description. Watch Dominion for yourself. See what happens. See what happens to these poor animals, these beautiful animals. Because before you see it, you won't know, and that's not your fault that you don't know. But now you have the chance to know. And I tell you what, no one ever regrets watching Dominion. No one ever regrets it. In fact, everybody wishes they watched it years ago. They wish they watched it sooner. Nice, so Lord's put, I'm eating sausage and sausage sandwich with bacon and ketchup. No, what you're eating is a 6-month-old baby who burned from the inside out inside gas chambers, assured by the RSPCA, who are lying to you, who also make money off telling you that that's okay. The animals have no one helping them but vegans and animal rights activists. That's all they have. So when you say you're eating a sausage, no, you're not. You're not. You're eating babies. You're eating the dead body, the dead flesh of someone who wants to live. You won't be just eating one either. They mush them all up together. When you eat a burger, that's probably the mother, their baby, their family, all smashed together. The other day we were at a slaughterhouse that kill horses, and a driver came in, and I said, "What do you do here?" He said, "I pick up the sacks." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "The sacks of the lambs." So inside your body you have like guts, and you have like a sack around like your guts. They take that sack from a slaughterhouse, they go to a different facility, and they put the sack around the sausages as like the skin, you know, that skin part. It's disgusting. It's hell. You're eating so many babies when you eat animals. It's horrific. Change your mindset. Don't do that. Don't pay for it. Oh wow, Renee, thank you so much again for your kind super thanks. Steve, read them out. I like it when you read them out.
Renee, thank you so much. Your constant support is so overwhelming, honestly. Renee's comment, non-vegans idolise lions so much because it allows them to behave just like wild animals, but still satisfy their human superiority complex of grandeur by doing it in a more advanced way. Vegan pet food ruins that for them. That's why they get upset. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Why do we idolize these lions? Like, why? And it's because it allows them to act like wild animals. It allows them to drop their morality, doesn't it? Like, they haven't got. If we think of lions not having moral agency, and then if we can pretend to appear like a lion, it gives us a moment where we can sort of like drop our moral agency on specific topics. But could you imagine, like, just to be consistent with this, with Renee's point here, it's really important to like be consistent. Like, if we took that, Renee, we said next time that someone is in court for forcing themselves on another individual, imagine if they said lions though. Because if we would say lions though to justify exploiting, killing and eating animals, we could also say lions though in a court of law for someone who'd force themselves on another person.
Yeah.
It allows us to drop our morality. It allows us to appeal to a wild animal. That's a really poignant point. Absolutely, Renee, 100%.
This person's messaged loads. I don't know about that. I don't think they're being trolled. Do you not know more about the nutrition side?
Okay, Daniel's been, I'm allergic to LPD, only found in plants. I have to eat animal proteins. What about me? Daniel, LPD, what is LPD? The best thing I would say is you could look at resources like nutritionfacts.org. That's an amazing website by Dr. Michael Greger, isn't it? Nutrition Facts?
Yes, yeah.
You've also got Challenge 22. If you go to Challenge 22, it's in the description of this live stream. Challenge 22 will be able to point you into some good directions to find out about that. Who else might know? Hench Herbivore.
Oh, Hench, yeah.
Daniel Turner, if you go to Hench Herbivore on YouTube or Instagram and look at his website, Hench Herbivore is a nutritionist, a plant-based nutritionist. He would be able to help you with Gemma as well. So hopefully there's some resources there that you can go through. Let us know. Message us on Instagram. Let us know how you're getting on with them. Yeah, Hench Herbivore, nutritionfacts.org and Challenge 22. I'm not sure what LPD is, if I'm honest.
No, but there is no like illness or anything that means you can't eat plant-based. And in fact, I would even say, even if you're allergic to something, does that outweigh stabbing animals in the throat? If I was allergic to something that gave me like a funny tummy, I would definitely do that and have that over exploiting somebody else.
There'll be a way around it.
Yeah, there'll be a way around it.
There'll be a way around it. But yeah, Daniel, if your ethics and morals are against exploiting animals, I urge you to go down them avenues and to look to find out that information.
Yeah, I've never.
Oh, Heidi, Heidi,
definitely
thank
Heidi.
you for sharing. Heidi says, I'm a cancer survivor with high risk of relapse. I reckon becoming vegan will reduce potential for relapse. I'm recognizing all the benefits. Yeah, you know, cancer can't survive in a
oxidative
alkaline environment.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so sorry that you've had to face that.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, eating animals and what comes out of them is very likely that you will get cancer. Things like breast cancer for women, prostate for men. But yeah, it's definitely only a benefit that helps us, but ultimately is about the animals.
Sky Fishing, thank you for your comment. And your comment is, what about fishing? Oh, they've got that tooting of the horn there was thumbs up in appreciation for us being outside of a slaughterhouse. Fishing is absolutely horrific, it's cruel. We got to look at these things from the perspective of the individual that is being exploited. Now, to give you an analogy close to fishing, if you was to walk down the beach one day and I had a fishing rod with a dog treat on the end of it, and I was running the fishing rod up and down the beach and I was waiting for a dog to come and bite the dog treat, and when the dog treat was taken by a dog, I yanked the hook through the dog's mouth, I dragged the dog towards me until the dog's absolutely exhausted. When the dog's absolutely exhausted, I'm going to take them into the sea and I'm going to drown them and suffocate them until I take a picture. And even if I just take a picture and then I take the hook out the dog's mouth and then I lay the dog back on the beach, that dog's going to die because of the exhaustion and the stress that I put them through. That's the reality when you look at fishing. So whether you fish, take the fish out of the water, take a picture, then put them back, the reality is that over 40% of fish that you put back into the ocean or the rivers or wherever you're fishing them out of, they'll die.
Yeah.
If not, of course, you're taking them out of that environment and letting them suffocate or bashing them over the head and killing them to eat them. So let's say that once the dog had given up and they were exhausted and I took them into the sea and I was drowning them in the sea, that I then whacked them over the head until they died. This is the reality of the fishing industry or going out and personally fishing. if you'd be against me doing that to a dog, to be morally consistent, you'd also have to be against you doing that to a fish. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope I answered that well.
Yeah.
I thought a truck was coming halfway through, so my brain went a little bit. I was thinking, oh God, I thought it was a red and white truck.
Stinks. Food stinks. If you smell this smell here, you'd throw up. You wouldn't be like, oh, bacon or sausages, oh, this is so yummy. No, you'd be like, this is disgusting. It stinks. Everyone that walks past, they're just members of the public. Everyone is like this. They're like, oh, what is this place? It stinks.
Yeah.
Blood and guts. Blood and guts.
Yeah, Heidi, it's a horrible reality.
Yeah, it really, really is. Yeah, I mean, to do that to a defenseless animal is just bullying.
Josh Gee, before we had conscious brains, we ate meat when we were simple mammals. We could argue that we're still simple mammals, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think, I speak to a lot of the general public, and I don't think a lot of them have evolved mindsets.
Yeah, it's shocking actually.
Is that Joey Carbstrong? No, I'm not Joey Carbstrong. Joey Carbstrong is an absolute legendary activist.
Yes.
And if you don't follow Joey Carbstrong, then what rock have you been living under? Please go and follow Joey Carbstrong and subscribe to all of his channels.
Heidi, Joey Carbstrong, definitely follow him.
Yeah, but no, I'm not Joey Carbstrong.
He's a legend. He's the one who put the video up and turned us vegan. He was the awesome activist who exposes these places, by the way. In our description there is the halal expose. He was the first person to do an expose on an egg laying facility gas chamber for chickens. He went inside.
Sorry.
And also put cameras inside of a UK gas chamber for pigs.
Talking of not having evolved brains, Slow-Mo Gamer, your comment here shows the lack of a evolved brain. Protein is meat. Meat is life. Plants are dying.
Wow.
What a fine example of an unevolved brain.
There's so much wrong in that.
Protein is meat. No, actually amino acids come from photosynthesis, from the nitrates of the soil in plants. Animals then eat plants and then create amino acids. You then stab animals to death and you eat the amino acids secondhand from their flesh. The same as if I was to eat you and say you're a good source of protein. So meat is protein is really inaccurate. Meat is body parts of someone who didn't want to die. Meat is life. No, meat is not life. Protein will keep you alive, but again, protein comes from plants. So we should rephrase that to plants are life, which, plants, we need plants to sustain ourselves. And then plants are dying. Yeah, your last part was right. Plants are living and we kill plants to eat them. Yeah. But plants aren't sentient.
You silly
plants
bean.
Aren't sentient.
You silly
so
bean.
When we talk about evolved brains, come on. Support our local farmers. Yeah, absolutely. Any plant farmer, support them. Support plants.
Yeah, but with plants it doesn't matter if it's big, small, little, large, but not animal farmers. They're evil scumbags.
Sky fishing thinks mushrooms are sentient.
Yeah. Reality is, Joey wants an outcome where livestock, they're not livestock, wrong, it doesn't exist, while arguing that he wants to save livestock. Morally hypocritical clowns. No, how you got it so wrong. These animals, not livestock, no one alive is stock. They are man-made animals who are forced into existence. Farmers do horrific things to make them pregnant. They force themselves inside these animals to make them pregnant and then fatten them up for a few months or a month or so and then send them to a slaughterhouse. That is not alive. These animals should not be existing in the first place, you hypocritical clown.
I like Renee's comment here. Renee, I supported my local potato farmer yesterday. That's much better than the cheap animal abuse crap on shelves.
Yes.
Support your local potato
Everyone
farmers.
go follow Renee. He is the one who's doing it right.
Yeah. Guys, everyone's coming in this chat. It's livening up, about 150 of you in here now. We're outside of a slaughterhouse. We're in the UK, they're killing cows. In the building behind us here today, we're going to be here and we're documenting them as they come in. Put number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, number 2 in the chat if you're open to conversation, and double tap the screen if you are anti-vegan. Double tap the screen if you're anti-vegan.
I take it she's not seen Clarkson's farm. I don't need to see farms. I investigate farms. I take it you don't see the slaughterhouse.
Screen record, guys. Here's some animals coming in here to die. Watch the back of that trunk. Watch the back. Watch the back. Watch the back. Watch the back. Wait.
They are your victims. They are your victims of you not being vegan. Beautiful babies who did nothing wrong. This facility has had major breaches. They can't stun the animals. They mishandle the animals. Check out the FSA report. Welfare is crap. There's no such thing as welfare. How can you stab someone in the throat nicely for something you don't need, for a sandwich you don't need, for breast milk intended for a baby cow? This is why we are vegan for them. Beautiful animals on here, did nothing wrong, treated like the worst criminals, treated worse than the worst criminals. They're treated worse than paedophiles, they're treated worse than child traffickers. These innocent, beautiful babies. Innocent beings with nothing wrong. How dare our species do this to them? How dare we do this to them? Oh no, look at their little noses at the top there. Just slipping out of the world, just crazy culture. Forcibly bred into existence.
Just going to zoom you in, guys, because I think that I'm going to be able to get some shots of them being unloaded. Let me see. Listen, step back and tell me. I want to try and get them unloaded. Can you see them behind me? Can you see them behind me on the right-hand screen? Where
If you see this side,
I'm trying to get them being unloaded. I can't see the screen. Can you see it?
then I think you're pointing at the right place. Turn to, yeah, that's it. Yeah, stay there. Just gonna move you a little bit up there. Yeah. The right one, the right hand side camera's got it. Their mother's from the dairy industry on there, just the back of the foot from yours, man. Thin, abused. These are mothers who have had pregnancy forced upon them. Baby after baby taken away from them, blood all over their backs. You are not vegan. This is because of you. Be vegan today. Change. They need you so bad.
How's it shot this up?
Yeah, perfect there. If I move you a little bit more there,
Yeah, maybe where you need.
go this side a little bit, just so then the other camera can see a bit. Yeah. why we're here, everyone. This is why. Stinks. Let me just show this camera quick. See where they got a load of cuts all over them at the back? Mothers are exhausted in this disgusting dairy industry. The dairy industry is vile, evil. Look at them. Let me show you on this camera. Show you there. All because people are paying for dairy. These are the victims of your choices. And mother, look how thin they are. This is not halal. This is standard practice. Greg, how dare you be a farmer? How dare you do this to animals? How dare you lie to the public? It's disgusting. In my opinion, farmers, animal farmers, are slave owners. Slave owners. How dare you do that to animals? Yeah, let me come and investigate your farm. You give me the address. I won't tell you when I'm coming. Put the cameras up in there. Disgusting. They are not the backbone. They are the disgusting, violent people. No, of course we're not. We're vegans. We're vegans. Look at them, the mother cows from the dairy industry being murdered because people exist like you. Animal abusers. Disgusting. Disgusting animal abusers. You're bullies.
Really mature.
Here's the bullies of the world. Grown men thinking they're men. You're little baby bullies drinking the breast milk intended for them.
This guy can't even decide if he's hot or cold. Look, he's wearing a hat and his shorts.
Because he's too inflamed eating animals. Disgusting bully. You're a bully. You're a disgusting bully. Don't be a bully. Don't be evil to these poor, beautiful animals. What's happening? This is a slaughterhouse. The truck that you're seeing, this blue truck, has got mother cows from the dairy industry who have had pregnancy forced upon them over and over. They've had their babies ripped away from them, their babies murdered, killed. They've had that happen to them over and over and over until they can no longer stand up. This is a slaughterhouse where mother cows are brought to because people are buying her breast milk intended for her baby. You are not a baby cow. No, these are not God-given animals. How dare you? These are man-made. These animals should not be like this. You're not a baby cow. Why are you drinking the breast milk intended for a baby cow? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's evil. It's violent. There is nothing worse than inside of a slaughterhouse. There is nothing worse than what happens to the animals in animal agriculture. There is nothing worse, and you pay for it if you are not vegan. Now, you may have never seen this in your life before. You may have never seen the reality of what happens to these animals. This is the reality. This is the reality. It's not good enough when you say, because I like it. They're being stabbed in the throat because people like you exist. The disgusting bullies of the world exist. Now, not everybody understands the reality, and that is not your fault. We used to pay for this too before we knew. We didn't understand what happened in these disgusting industries. I didn't realise cows only produce milk for their babies. I didn't understand that that's what happens. I was drinking cow's milk. I had been indoctrinated and brainwashed and lied to just like you. I had that happen to me too. Evil industry. It's an evil industry of violence. Look at the FSA report that came out from this facility at ABP Guildford. ABP. Look at it. Breaches. Inhumane handling. How can you humanely stab someone in the throat who doesn't want to die? Mothers. These are mothers. Grieving mothers. Exploited mothers. You're a parent. You're not vegan. How would you feel having your baby ripped away from you? How would you feel if that happened to you? Don't do that to somebody else. This is a slaughterhouse. This is a slaughterhouse. They kill animals. Don't let this happen. Don't let this happen.
Okay, all right guys, so there we go. Like we said, we're going to show you the animals coming in. Anyone see them animals going in? Did you show the slow-mo footage on the thing? Anyone in the chat who is an anti-vegan? How do you feel seeing your victims go in? Optional products, guys. They don't need to go in there, but they're going in there today because people like their breast milk and their body parts. What an injustice. How evil is this industry? Can you believe that this industry exists? Someone's saying, enjoying my steak and my bacon sandwich. It's not yours. They're body parts that were stolen from an animal who didn't want to die, screaming for their life inside of a slaughterhouse. Seen it before, so what? Yeah, look, you may fall into the small percentage of psychopaths in the world. We're not saying that everyone's got empathy. I'm not saying that everyone's got compassion. There's always going to be a small percent of people who lack the ability to critically think. You lack empathy, you lack compassion, you're selfish, you have a superiority complex. There's always a small percentage of people like that, and you may fall into that category. The anti-vegan trolls who are saying my steak and mocking the animals as they go in there to die, you fall into the small percentage of people who lack all of them qualities that I just described there. But for the majority of people watching this, who are able to critically think, who do have compassion and empathy, you're going to change, right? Because you see the injustice. This is exactly why we're here. The amount of people who messaged us that they've gone vegan after watching these live streams, because they see the animals and they see the injustice for what it is. Why not? Tough guys were definitely meat eaters. You see how fat they were. Actually, if you look at history, look at gladiators, for example. Gladiators are historically known for being warriors and being strong, muscular. Well, all gladiators were vegan. Okay, go for it. I'm wondering if I should get the...
Yeah, they're still at the top.
I think we should, or maybe wait till the end and then do it secretly at the back.
No, because someone did last there.
The animals coming off this truck here that you see will be coming from the dairy industry or the meat industry. I think Mel said that they look like dairy cows.
Yeah, they are dairy cows.
Yeah, dairy cows. Okay, so these dairy cows here, they would have had baby after baby taken from them. They would have been viewed as a commodity for their secretions, their breast milk. Dairy cows and cows that are exploited for their body parts and children and food and bad. So these cows that are coming off here would have been mothers. They would have had baby after baby taken from them. The average slaughter age of dairy cows is around 4 to 5 years old. So these are still babies, although yeah, they're mums, they're still babies. Cows should live to over 20 years old. And these babies will be having their lives taken today. Alright, you talk and I'll hold it. I'm going to zoom in, see if we can show you some more.
They're at the top still.
I can hear them coming off.
when these girls will be sexually mature enough, they will get forced inside of some cattle brush, where the farmer forces himself inside of her. She cannot move. He has access to her back end. He puts his whole entire arm inside of her, up to his shoulder, moves her cervix and injects her with morphine. She then will carry her baby for 9 months, like a human mother does. When she gives birth to her baby, if they are a female, will face the same fate as the mother did, I just explained. If they are a male, they will be taken away from the mother. They will then be taken to a slaughterhouse as a baby, the size of like a Labrador dog. He's stabbed in the throat because the boys do not produce milk, and they don't want the boys taking the milk intended for him because they want to steal that milk and sell it to humans because they brainwash stupid humans thinking they're cows. This will happen to the mother over and over. The turmoil she must face, the bellowings of her crying for her baby, you will never forget. Stood next to her mother after birth, hanging out of her. No baby around, the baby had already been snatched away from her. She was crying and crying for her baby. But the farmer had already came and taken her baby, either killed if male or ready to be used if female. This industry is hell. When those mothers can no longer carry babies or weight bear, they pass in a cow that is no longer profitable or down south. And then take them to the stores where they are now. They have been so used, so commodified, so abused. The dairy industry is the most abusive industry on the planet. Yes, and now they've been locked off. Now they'll back up and do what? Or sometimes weird things happen here where they you're in front of this gate so we can't see, and they're probably likely been like a down cow. You can't move. Because cows produce too much milk because their udders are so big they cannot stand. It's awful. It's horrendous. You're not vegan. You're paying for this. We used to pay for this as well before we didn't know it. Because we had the same lies put upon us. We had the same propaganda put upon us from a child. I'm not a baby cow. You're not a baby cow. The only one who's drinking cow's milk are the baby cows. Not in farms, not forcibly brought into existence, the wild cows that should have existed in the first place, without human intervention. These mothers would have been loaded out into an area called a area. It's like a holding area around these strangers in this weird environment, scary place for them. When the non-actors agree, they will then be forced to live alive into a knockbox. What happens? They get conked on, they shoot that into their skull. Not for them, not for the cows, for the workers. So the cows drop to the floor, the workers then are in a safer position to stab them into the throat, to stab a knife in their throat. Into those mothers, 5-year-old mothers, on average, they should live 27 years old. That's what you're paying for. When you pay for cow's milk, when you pay for dairy, meat, eggs, leather, fish, wool, when you pay for horse racing bets. This happens to horses too. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You pay for it. You're not vegan. has listened, and she is now vegan. She is now vegan for the animals. She is open-minded and has realised she had been lied to. Like I say to people, if you're drinking cow's milk and cow's milk is in the fridge, then you have to understand the propaganda that has been put upon you. Because if you're not a baby cow, so how else are they going to get you to drink cow's milk? Oh, they're going to lie to you. They're going to use propaganda. They're going to not tell you that cow's milk is for a baby cow. They're not going to show you all cows in the dairy industry. It's this place. Drop your finger on there like 100 cows. 100 cows. In the video I have, I took them in slow motion. They've got these like little cuts all over them. Because you know what the farmers do when you're trying to get it on, they tail system, they whack them, break their electrocute them to get them on here. They don't really get on here. They're fighting animals. Our dog, when they're like in a new situation, is so afraid. These cows will be the same. They'll be some of them will pop in and will lost their You have a duty to be vegan. You have a duty to fight for these animals. The very least we can do is look and be vegan. That's the very least. That's the bare minimum. We all have gone vegan. All of us. Whether you like to hear this or not, we are all factually born vegan. It's the world that indoctrinates you when child. Why is it you grow up drinking your mum's breast milk and then suddenly you grow up drinking their breast milk? You're not there. They're not your mum. Not your mum, not your milk. Why do you think they're doing this? It's a business. It's a business. They want money. They want all the money. I bet I can tell you something that you've never heard before. I bet I can tell you something that you probably doesn't exist anymore. Did you know there's gas chambers in the UK? Gas chambers for pigs, chickens, turkeys? Guys, those pigs double tap straight up into the life and subscribe as well, by the way. Stay on this line. More animals will be coming into this facility. But like I said, there's also gas chambers. Only a few weeks ago, we were outside of a Pilgrim Pride gas chamber assured by the RSPCA. Yeah, the RSPCA, who you think protect animals, are not who you think either. They're lying to you. They have the RSPCA Assure scheme making money of assuring gas chambers and farms that exploit animals. We were stood outside that gas chamber. You know all you can hear? All you can hear is screaming as those pigs burn from the inside out at 6 months old. 6 months old babies burning inside these gas chambers. Burning, screaming for their life. You know what the RSPCA do? Yeah, we'll ensure that we'll make millions of pounds of this. Who lies to the public? They prey on your good nature. They prey on your compassion. How many of you probably say I only buy organic food? I only buy free range organic or RSPCA Assure. How many of you probably say that? I was that person. Because I was like, okay, for some reason I thought that was better. I only bought free range eggs. It makes no difference to the animals. It's all words. It's all like words in front of your face
Yeah, let's spin it around. Let's spin it around. Let's go back here. Good.
There's so much that people don't understand, and now understand the reality of what happens.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is our job. This is what we're trying to do. Is we're just trying to help you understand. We're trying to show you the truth. We're trying to give you the education that we received, so then you can make the right decision. Like what Mel said, all the things that Mel was just talking about then, the industry will never tell you. No matter what industry that Mel was talking about, not one of them will give you that reality and give you that truth. No one. They all humane wash and they all lie. And the reason being is because when that truth is revealed, when that truth comes out, no one pays for it.
You have the power. You have the power to be vegan today. If anything I said to you is hitting hard and hurts your heart as you hear this, just know that you have the power to defend the animals today. You can be vegan right now. This is the only thing in the world that you can change today. You can stop being part of this today. What's that one?
Yep.
That's a weird
Got that?
That's a weird one. I'll take this, yeah. Right, guys, there's another truck, small holding truck here. This is the reality. This is what you're paying for. Oh, babies, I'm sorry. Look at them. I'm sorry, babies. I'm sorry. So when people say small, local, free range, lies. Lies. They are mugging you off to your face. They're mugging you off to your face. Look at this. Factory farm truck behind me. There. Small, local, free range. Lies. I don't care if you say, oh, these animals are better conditioned, oh, these animals have the better life. I don't care. The animals don't care. They don't have a good life. They're being stabbed in the throat today. Small, local, free range, organic. RSPCA approved, all of it. It's urgent. People need to take this seriously. It is the most urgent issue of our time. He's going to show you, got it on slow-mo, so it's just taking a little bit. Yeah, look at them for yourself here. Oh, look at her. They're your victims because you chose to not be vegan, or you be vegan today. Be vegan today. Just show the other camera, yeah. They're your victims. This is why we're here. This is why we're so passionate for them. We're not the bad guys. And we're not pointing fingers at you. They're the bad guys. They're the ones who have lied to you. We should be allies, supporting one another. Because we should be turning everyone's head against them. Against this industry that exploits animals on your behalf. They mugged us off too. They made us pay for it. They're mugging you off as well. Don't let them. Remove your money. The only way we stop slaughterhouses from running is by not paying for them. Supply and demand. You pay for animal products. You are voting with your money to say keep doing this to animals on your behalf. You're saying keep doing it. Don't let them win. Okay? 40% still.
Why? Mine died.
Yeah, someone's like, yeah, keep crying vegan, we don't care. Yeah, you're a small amount of psychopaths who live in the world. Most people do care. Most people have just never seen this before. You know who is crying though? The cows being murdered inside this place. These mothers and babies because you exist. Because you're paying for their flesh, their body, their milk, their babies' bodies. You're paying for violence. They beg for their life. They try and escape. You know what they have if they try and escape? They have a cattle grid. So even if the animals get out and try and run for their life, they break their legs on the cattle grid, they get dragged back inside and have a knife stabbed into their throat. When we're talking people will often be like, oh, vegans are so extreme. There is nothing extreme about not exploiting animals. It's extreme to not be vegan. To not be vegan, open up your fridge and there's dead bodies, there's someone else's breast milk, there's periods, you're wearing someone's skin on your shoes. That's extreme. That's extreme. What they do to animals in here is extreme. How dare we do this as our species? How dare we? Who do we think we are to be so violent? What created us to be this way? Why is it there's some good people in the world and there's some psychopaths in the world? The psychopaths are the ones who see what happens to animals and they don't change. The good in the world are those who may have never seen this before, but when you do see it, you change, like Heidi today. Heidi did not know the industry. She has gone vegan today because she wants to defend the animals and not pay for these violent people to do this to them. You can do that too. We get passionate because this is happening right now behind us. We're here outside this place. You might be in bed, you might be in a comfortable place right now. We're here with the animals, we're looking them in the eyes. We can hear them crying out, we hear the drop. This is a war that shouldn't be like fought with like, oh, let's just have a quick chat. Like, it's urgent. This is an urgent war. This is the biggest war this world has ever seen. And it's on the animals. Don't be part of the oppressor. Be part of the person defending the animals. It's urgent and they really need you.
Right, I'm going to bring this back over here, see if any more trucks come. While we wait for more trucks to come, let's have a quick refresh in this room. If I stand here, you can see the slaughterhouse behind us a bit better. All right, guys, number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Number 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open to that conversation. And double tap the screen if you are anti-vegan. Which one are you? Are you a double tap, a 1 or a 2? Lots of 1. Bowler's Dress 1. Dracula 1. Loads of 1s. We've got loads of 2s as well. The 2s went so fast. Youngblood 2. There's loads of 2s in here. Awesome. Okay. Right, guys, so like what Mel's been saying, we're here not to butt heads, we're here not to clash, we're here not to point fingers, we're here to turn your head against the industry that has paid billions and billions and billions of pounds to convince you to pay for the most horrific violence. You should be so pissed off with the meat, dairy, egg industries. You should be so pissed off with zoos, with animal testing. You should be so pissed off.
Yeah.
Let me just, I'm just going to just time out some of these. We don't want to troll the spams. Yeah. So if you're spamming comments, we will time you out. Yeah, you should be so pissed off with the industry that have lied to you. What about the fishes? Yeah, fishes as well are sentient. We should not be fishing. We should not be killing and eating fish or exploiting fish. Absolutely. Mel is wearing too many clothes right now because it's freezing. And we're here defending the animals.
What a weird thing to say.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Thanks for stopping the spammers. Yeah, no worries. I will do my best. Sorry, man, but I love my steaks and hamburgers. They're not yours. They're not yours. Them products that you're naming, if you're not buying the vegan versions, they came from animals that suffered and died on a kill floor of a slaughterhouse. Why would you pay for that when you can get a vegan burger? Go and get a Beyond Burger. Go and get some Lavy bacon or some This Isn't Bacon. Go and get some vegan products and don't pay for that violence. Why would you not?
It's a lack of education, the fact that you say that, because nothing changes for you when you go vegan.
Yeah. For the people saying, how many insects did you step on today? You're trying to equate accidental deaths to violence and murder. It's completely different. It's like saying if I drove my car and someone stepped out in front and I hit them, I've killed them. But if I drive my car and I drive up on the pavement and I run them over, that's different, right? When you're talking about an accidental death or a crop death or, you know, these kind of things compared to driving animals inside slaughterhouses to gas them, stab them and electrocute them, it's two very different scenarios you're talking about. You can't try and defend one by using another. Someone here, Carlos, plants have feelings. No, they don't.
Shut up.
No, they don't. Plants don't have feelings. They absolutely don't have feelings. Even if plants do have feelings, then causing the least amount of harm would be being vegan. Is that another truck coming?
Yeah, no.
Can't tell. The sun's on the side.
No, it's not.
No.
I think it'll be the red one next.
Okay, so guys, our objective here today, we're doing two things. Give the animals some love in their last moments, potentially the first time that they've ever received any affection or words of kindness. The second thing is to document what happened to them here today, to show the world the injustice that these animals faced, and to connect the consumer with them. James Dolan,
I had made a commitment to be vegan and change my diet, but I still need help. Let us know what you need help with.
Yeah.
And can I ask you, have you watched Dominion on YouTube?
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm glad that you're making the commitment to be vegan, because the animals need people to be vegan. You know, they need people with compassion. They need people with empathy in their heart to see what happens and then change. A small amount of psychopaths in the world will see what animals face and stay non-vegan. That's because they lack empathy, they lack compassion.
Yeah, I want to say that with James, who's committed to go vegan, that you're learning whilst you're not paying for animals to go into slaughterhouses. So that's definitely a good way to do it. Well done.
Someone's got, hey, I've got one thing to say. Yeah, go ask any questions you want in there. Someone's saying, what happens to the animals? The animals will stop being forced into existence to be exploited. So the demand for animals to be brought into existence will drop. So therefore, they will stop being forcefully impregnated and mass bred. We'd eventually be left with a small amount of animals left who would go into sanctuaries, and then animals like cows, chickens and sheep and pigs would most likely go extinct, because the animals that people are exploiting and eating, they're not natural wild animals. All these animals now have been genetically modified and man-made. They've been commodified, they've been forced into these farms to be exploited and killed. Look, here we go, this guy gets to leave.
Animal abuser, shame on you! Disgusting! Disgusting person! How dare you!
Uh-huh. This is a high one, and I'm probably not going to be able to get it, so it's down to you. Just be careful as it comes in.
Oh, is this one coming in?
That red truck coming in here, guys, that also has animals on. I'm going to try and get the camera up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Go with it. Go with this. Yeah. Just be careful as they drive in.
That person had a dog in the front of his car. He had a dog in the front of the car. Here's where the speciesism comes in, though, right? Those cows won't come back out, but that dog will.
Yeah. It's quite common actually to see when the farmers drop these animals off to be killed, that they do have dogs in the car. It's crazy. This is the speciesism that we're talking about. We love dogs and cats. We give them names. We take them to the vet when they're sick. We cry and mourn them when they go.
Beef cows in there.
But these cows, we mock their existence.
God, they're squidged in. Sorry, because it's so high you won't be able to see their faces, but you can see how squidged in they are. So these are beef cows. They're 18-month-old. Sorry.
Oh, Bluebell, thank you so much for your kind super thanks. That's really kind of you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Bluebell.
Bluebell 3, I'm so thankful for people who care just like you guys. Please keep warm, safe and well. Okay, I pray God blesses you both.
Thank you. That's
Thank
very
you
kind
so
of
much,
you.
Bluebell. Thank you for your support and helping us to help the animals. It makes a huge, huge difference. It is freezing, so being able to get the kit and get here and do all this means a lot. So thank you so much.
Thank you for being here,
and
guys.
thank you for being kind and compassionate for the animals. Let me just turn this brightness up so I can see the screen a bit better. There we go.
Animals will have liberation, you know, and it's because the good people exist in this world.
Yeah.
Nothing good comes from evil people. Nothing good comes from those who mock an oppression, those who mock people who are oppressed. Nothing good comes from those who are closed-minded. It's certain people are shining lights in the world, and that's the only way good things, like bad things, change.
Guys, number one. Alex says, was there any young calves in the truck? Were there young calves in there?
No, they looked about 18-month-old beef cows in that one.
Guys,
I'll
number
let you know
one.
though if I do see them. Sorry.
That's right. Guys, number one in the chat if you're vegan. Number two in the chat if you are open to conversation. And number three in the chat, or double tap the screen if you are an anti-vegan troll. Yeah, exactly, Alex. 18 months. 11111.
Yeah.
We got some twos in the chat. Good. We got people in here who are open-minded to being vegan. No psychopaths in there.
Yeah.
Nice. We got someone confused whether it's hot or cold. He's wearing a beanie hat and shorts. This is what happens when you oppress animals. You get confused about how to dress yourself. Like these big children who walk past laughing at animals being killed earlier. They can't even dress themselves. This is what happens. Confused. They're probably still breastfeeding from cows, thinking that they're baby cows. That person spamming, you've now got yourself a longer timeout.
Yeah, this is an urgent issue, guys. We're here for those people who are open-minded, not for those trolls. Animals need people to change urgently. You got something to say?
Yeah, for those of you saying, oh, attacking people on the street, that's ironic, right? Because they're attacking animals inside there and you don't care about that. The two guys who walked past wearing a beanie hat and shorts, who's confused about what to wear for the day, when they come past, they were mocking the animals on the way past, laughing and joking, tapping their bellies, saying, they'll be on my plate by the end of the week. So people who laugh at that, fuck them.
Yes.
Fuck them. If you laugh at animals going to die and you mock them, fuck you. Animals are going inside here for optional products. I will defend them with everything I have. So if you think I'm gonna hurt some guy who doesn't know how to dress on the way past who's laughing at animals, I don't care. I'm here for the animals.
Yeah, Bethany, you're right. All slaughter is wrong. Yeah, not just halal. Yeah, all of it.
Absolutely.
Stabbing anyone is wrong. Isn't it the irony of being like, oh, violence towards people walking past, whilst you're paying for people to stab animals for you. You're paying for murder to babies and mothers.
Yeah.
So triggered. They try and be funny and mock act. Yeah, that's
100%.
it. They're like babies throwing their toys out their pram. They don't know how to act. And what happens, scientifically, is that their brain actually shuts down, and all they're using there is their emotional, frontal. Is it magdala? I think it's called a magdala. It's like your emotional part of the brain. That's what they're using. That's why they can't speak like adults, and they're like, "This is my baby by the end of the week."
You know what though, as well? People don't expect activists to fight back. People think that vegan activists are just going to stand there like wilting flowers and be like, yeah, that's okay, mock me, that's okay, poke fun at the animals, like, yeah, okay, we'll just absorb it. And when you come back and you defend and you stand your ground, they don't know what to do. So if you're a vegan animal rights activist and you're defending the animals, tell people to fuck off. Tell people to shut up. Tell people that you're a piece of shit for fucking laughing and exploiting animals. Stand your ground and don't let them bully you. These people are bullies. Don't let them. Stand your ground. You're in the right. If you are the one vegan in the world, you're still right. So defend the animals and stand your ground. They're shocked. And it shocks people when vegans stand up and defend themselves. Vinay says, imagine someone told Gaza activists that their voices are more violent than killing people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then everyone will be like, how dare you?
Absolutely.
It's people just say things like to make themselves feel better about paying for violence. Is that?
Bry guy who thinks plants feel pain. Why don't you all do an open panel? What do you mean an open panel?
Why don't you just go vegan and stop hurting animals and then go and fight for them?
Yeah.
This isn't like rocket science, guys. It's easy. It's literally easy to understand. Hey guys, if you're not vegan, you may have never understood what you pay for. If you're not vegan, you are paying for the exploitation of animals where they're being stabbed in the throat and they're suffering, they're being exploited and used as commodities. Just live vegan and just don't pay for it. Boycott it and actually defend the animals. You'd think everyone would go, yeah, you're right. It should literally be case closed, phone off, go home, all slaughterhouses shut down. But for some reason, people then are like, plants feel pain, I've done it for all my life, our cavemen did it, our ancestors did it. Think for yourself.
Matthew thinks that you're pushing your mindset on us. Matthew, the only one pushing anyone is non-vegans pushing animals inside slaughterhouses to be killed. They're the ones doing the pushing. Veganism, by the way, isn't a mindset. It's not like, you know, like, I don't know what else would be a mindset. Like being dedicated to the gym is a mindset. Being vegan is an ethical position. It's your ethics, it's your morals. And we can't push that on you. We can show you the reality. I can show you the truth behind your decisions and what you do with your money when you vote for people to exploit animals. I can show you the truth. But then that decision, your ethics and your morals come down to you.
It's been forced upon you to be paying for animal products in the first place. That has been pushed upon you. Look at all the adverts around you. You can't get in the car without hearing an advert about the meat, dairy or egg industry. It's everywhere. It's forced down your throat. But you not being vegan, you're forcing your greed and selfish desires onto the animals. You're forcing knives in their throats. You're forcing individuals in gas chambers.
Eric, it's not an ideology, it's an ethical position against an injustice. You wouldn't say that anti-racism is an ideology, would you? Someone says, how do you get enough vegetables without fertilizer from livestock? You don't need fertilizer to grow vegetables. You can use hydroponics, you can use vertical farming systems, you can use rock minerals and seaweed they can use as fertilizers. Plenty of alternatives. We just have to be motivated enough to find the alternatives. And the only way we get motivated enough is by looking at it from the victim's perspective and their point of view. When you look at this from the victim's perspective, it's very easy to be motivated to change.
Yeah, but again, farmers just use like poo. But no, like they just use it because they're like, oh, we may as well, because where do we put all the poo? I know, let's tell everybody we need fertilizer and put it on all the plants. No.
Hellman thinks that we're lying when they say we put animals in gas chambers.
No, check out Pignorant on Amazon Prime. Look at our lives. We were outside of a gas chamber literally last week or the other week. Pilgrim's Pride, Bristol gas chamber. Watch it for yourself. Type in gas chambers in the UK. You probably think you're a baby cow though as well. I'm probably drinking the breast milk intended for a baby cow. Unless your comment was actually genuine, then I'm sorry about that.
Guys, number one, if you're vegan. Two, if you're open to conversation. Double tap the screen if you're anti-vegan. Go protest at the halal slaughterhouses. We went through halal earlier, but maybe you just come onto the stream and you don't know what would like the difference. The only difference with halal is that they say a prayer before they stab animals to death. And it's easy for most people to say I'm against halal because potentially that they're not Muslim and they don't pay for halal slaughter. But when you don't pay for something, it's easy to be against it, right? Because you've not got accountability. No one's holding up a mirror. Someone said you're rad. It's brutally sad. Thank you, Slimbo Jones. But by holding up a mirror to you and saying that your actions are unethical and immoral, it's harder to take. You have to be big enough. You have to be mature enough. You have to be intelligent enough to take that comment and go, yeah, you know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. Actually, I'm going to look at this. You're probably holding me accountable. I appreciate you for holding me accountable right now, and you're probably right. Is that?
Yeah. I'll do this one this time. Someone said, I don't think veganism is the most important issue in the world. Yes, it is. It is. It has been forever. 90 billion, 3 trillion animals every single year, including sea life, are murdered. It's the most pressing issue. It's the biggest war and the biggest battlefield you've ever seen. We've had about 5 trucks come in right now. See the victims for yourself right now. If you're not vegan, you are paying for this. Veganism is an ethical stance. These babies don't want to die because of your selfish desires. It's disgusting. These are babies.
places.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, animal exploitation is the biggest issue in the world right now that you can stop yourself from paying into. You can be vegan today and stop it. Even if it wasn't the biggest issue, how can you not be vegan and then fight for other things? Because the whole time you're preaching love and kindness and fighting for anything else, you're paying for violence if you're not vegan. You're paying for the very violence that you're trying to preach against. Veganism is the baseline. It's the baseline. It shouldn't even be a conversation. People shouldn't be exploiting animals from day one. From day one. People always put animals to the bottom of the pile. Always to the bottom of the pile. They need to be at the top. This is the biggest war ever. It's happening on your doorstep all around the world. All around the world. This is a world war on them right now. Everywhere. Gas chambers, macerators, blenders, stabbing in the throat, being dismembered while still alive, skinning while still alive, whipped in races, taken from their natural environment and forced inside of a concrete pen, forced breeding, kidnapped, dungeons.
This truck was a really hard one to get, guys, because it was just so high, but
yeah, thanks, Heidi.
Is that all right? The shot there, I can't see because I got.
It's not in there yet. There you go. There's dairy cows on the right there. Wait, are they beef cows on the left? I might have to have a look at that quick. Dairy cows there. See how thin they are? Oh, look at her.
Oh, see her then? Did you see her? Okay,
Gosh.
I got some. That truck was high. They had middle slats, but they didn't open them. They closed the slats up because they don't want activists to point a camera in.
You can tell that they have had that email sent out, can't you?
Yeah, you can. He drove a lot different, didn't he?
So before,
I don't mind that. He drove like sensibly, didn't he?
yeah,
Like-
shouldn't be driving animals whatsoever. But before they were trying to run us over and stuff.
Yeah, but like that pace, like I can work with that pace.
we can get the
like
animals.
it's safe. It's safer. We can get the animals.
It's
Like-
not, yeah. What these industries tell you is misinformation, yeah. So as vegans only tell you the truth, they only speak truth. We have nothing to gain.
Nice.
The industry standard is disgusting and horrific. We don't need to make things sound worse. Macerating chicks on day one is standard. Gassing pigs at 6 months old, piglets, inside a gas chamber is the best standard. Like, hey, it's horrific. It's easier to say misinformation than it is to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah. What is the misinformation? What they're claiming is wrong.
But we're literally saying they stab animals in the throat if you're not vegan. For you personally,
How do you think they kill animals then?
yeah.
By the way, let's say that the animals go inside this building behind us here, and they walk in and they give them a nice big cuddle. They give them some nice food. They play them some music. They give them some belly rubs, and they turn a light switch off, and the animal's life's taken. That's still unethical and immoral. I don't care how you're taking their lives. You're taking their life from them. They do not want to die. They have the ability to feel pain and suffer, but they also have the desire to live. It doesn't matter how you kill them. The fact is that you're killing them, that you're taking their life. Optional products, the taking of life. People think that, oh, it's a welfare thing and the British standards are the best. Fuck welfare. It's not about welfare. It's about the rights violation of the individual who has been forced into existence, commodified, and then exploited, and then killed. Doesn't matter about the welfare when it comes to a slaughterhouse. What welfare can you have in a slaughterhouse? Animals are going in there to be killed.
You don't need welfare for potatoes and plants, do you?
Yeah.
That says something, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It says something.
yeah.
You should only be eating plants. It's so easy to understand. Yeah, when you say food is food, it doesn't matter how you feel food is food. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? To Jeffrey Dahmer, your food. Doesn't matter how we kill you because your food, right? It's just food.
Photo Green, do you agree with eating animals if the animals died of natural causes? No. I think that we should respect the animals' bodies. Personally, why would we wouldn't do that to humans? Imagine if like I don't know, you went to like a morgue, and you said to the morgue, you know, 1 human a week can feed my family. They've died of natural causes. They've just died of old age. So we're going to take that human and we're going to eat them. We take humans that have passed away and we respect them for who they were, and we bury them, we cremate them, we pay them respects. Here you go. Look, this is the only way these trucks leave empty.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
Dog in the front, man. Dogs in the front. Cows dropped off to die.
Christmas decorations.
So horrific.
So evil.
Absolutely.
Hanging up Christmas decorations, yeah, probably going to have a nice Christmas with his family whilst he sent someone else's family to a slaughterhouse.
Why is it, I see it loads in animal rights activism channels, in animal rights streams, do I see loads of people banging on about abortion? Like, why is it all these abortion, like, people in the chat? Why, like, I don't see anyone saying, I hope you're anti-racist. I don't see anyone saying, like, you know, I hope you're anti-ableist or whatever, you know, all the other injustices. What is it about the abortion thing? You always get you abortion people in here. But you know the amount of people who I've spoke to at anti-abortion drives, and I say, are you vegan? And they're not.
Yeah, you're like, what?
Yeah, exactly, Renee. They're desperately looking for a contradiction. And the irony is that the contradiction comes from them.
It's usually men as well who have asked about abortion.
The irony is the contradiction comes from them.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, another one here, guys, so. We don't say it loudly so they don't hear us. I wonder who's driving this one. I'm sorry. We're not like these disgusting evil people. We're trying to defend you. We'll never stop. Yeah, they're all slower today, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hold on, I've got to turn it around first. Yeah, alright, there you go. Steve's going to show you.
This truck has got quite difficult slats to see through, so we might have to zoom in when we get home and then post some reels with these instead.
See their silhouette in the background.
I think there's one towards the back. It looked, I'm not sure. You see one little nose come up in a second.
Oh. Yeah, dairy cows in there again. So many mothers have been brought in here today.
Guys, this is for optional products. We don't need them. We don't need it to do this. Why would we continue to do this when we don't need to?
Please fight for them. Please. Like, please. I don't know how I can tell you how much more urgent it is than you see in them yourself.
Yeah.
Every individual you've seen today is inside this disgusting place where they kill them.
I want to take a moment just to highlight all the anti-vegans in the room and all the trolls. Your position as of an anti-vegan is an absolute minority. I want you to know that when you're putting your comments in and your anti-vegan comments, you fall into the category of the minority of people who also commit other injustices. You're falling into the same category as murderers, child traffickers. You're falling into the same category as people who force themselves on other people. You're falling yourselves into a horrific group of people that have no moral baseline, no ethics. The majority of people may not be vegan. But the majority of people aren't anti-vegan. The majority of people don't put ridiculous anti-vegan comments. The majority of people might not be vegan because they've not come across any animal rights messaging or any animal rights media. And when they do, and when they see it, they change. But to have seen it and to remain anti-vegan and to actually promote the violence towards animals being exploited, you're in the minority of psychopaths, is the best way I can put it. So we appreciate your anti-vegan comments because it pushes the algorithm. But I want you to know that just because the majority of psychopaths comment doesn't represent the majority of people who watch. And the majority of people who watch our live streams are affected. They go vegan and they change. Be polite. I really respect both of you. You both have a good heart, but what to do? No meat, no life. I can't survive on leaves and plants, but both of you are good people. Be polite. I really appreciate your comment. Thank you for engaging with us, and thank you for being here in this live stream. When you say no meat, no life, it's the taste pleasure, right, that you're saying that I like the taste of meat. When you can get the same from the vegan options, right, why would you ever pay for the violence? When you can get a Beyond Burger instead of a cow burger, when you can get the vegan sausages instead of 6-month-old pigs that are gassed to death, when you got the alternatives there, nothing changes for you. The whole meat is life comment doesn't even need to be a comment. You can go get vegan pizza, vegan burgers, vegan sausages. You can get whatever you want. Vegan roast dinners, vegan chicken breast. Just get the vegan one. So the whole meat is life. It doesn't stand up. Like, it wouldn't anyway. What if I said intercourse was life? And then I used that statement to go around and force myself on people. And I just said, I respect people who fight against the injustice of people who've had their bodily autonomy taken, but intercourse is life. It is what it is.
I think a lot of people think that vegans do just eat like leaves or something, but like when I say nothing changes for you, it really doesn't. Like Steve was saying, like you can call Papa John's and get vegan pizza. They got vegan Hawaiian pizza. You can get the vegan meat fish. You can get vegan kebabs. You can get everything you have the same, like without the victim in it. It's actually really easy. So if you do have like any sort of compassion, please watch Dominion in our description. See it, and then know your why you're going vegan. The how's easy. And yeah, if veganism meant that I did have to just eat a leaf every day, I would do that over stabbing animals in the throat.
Yeah.
But luckily we don't. It's just really easy for us. So all the security have gone from there. So I'm just thinking there could be something just to bear in mind.
Okay. Alright, we'll keep an eye.
So.
Alright, we'll keep an eye. We know if the white truck comes in front,
yeah,
basically. Renee, I will have a roast by the vegan butchery. It comes with the gravy and everything. Wow. That sounds awesome.
Nice.
Guys, when we talk about veganism, right, you got to talk about the why and then the how. When you're saying, how do I get protein? How do I get taste pleasure? How do I make it work for me? That always has to come after the why.
Yeah.
Why should we be vegan? Because I'm against exploiting animals and I will not have another animal exploited in my name. When that why is your focus, the hows become easy to answer because you're more motivated to answer them. Concentrate on the why.
Yeah, someone say, try feeding a family in poverty on organic veg. We're not saying to feed them on organic veg, feed them plants. Easy, the cheapest things in the supermarket are plant-based options. In fact, try feeding a family in poverty like animal products, the most expensive things that you can get, and the price of the cost of the animal being murdered. In fact, when people were saying here about importing plants from other countries, you literally import plants all around the world to feed animals. There's 90 billion land animals living on this planet. There's only 8 billion humans. So the majority of the world's crops go to the animals, that you get a small amount of calories back where you would have had so much more if you just ate the plants directly. Leave animals alone. There's no reason to put the animals as the middleman and kill them.
007 hash has assassin. We don't want to do that though. Why try guilt people with human emotions on animals? You are proper weird, honestly. You are chubby vegan bollocks. Well, make your mind up. Like, do we just eat leaves or are we chubby? Like, we can't, you don't get chubby just eating leaves. I'm probably chubby because I have too many vegan burgers. That's the trouble. I like Beyond Burgers. You're saying we don't do that though. I'm not sure what you're like trying to rebuttal. Anything we're saying, we do. And if you say we're trying to guilt trip people with human emotions on animals, we're not guilt tripping people with human emotions on animals. We're just explaining
the
what
animals'
happens.
emotions.
We're explaining the animal's emotions. We're explaining from the victim's perspective. And if you're feeling guilty, then it's an indication of you knowing that what you're doing if you're non-vegan is wrong.
Oh God. Oh God.
It smells really bad here. It's bad.
Oh my God.
Vegan is good, says the man who is 30 years old with a grey beard. I wish I was 30.
That's hilarious.
I wish I was 30.
Compliment in your insult.
Yeah. I wish I was 30. Guys, the chat is filling back up in the room. Double tap the screen, please like and subscribe. Truck coming out. It's always so sad, the symbolisation of an empty truck leaving, knowing that them animals have been left to die. This truck coming in here had animals on it about 25 minutes ago. You've seen today, if you've been on the stream for more than probably 40 minutes, you've seen factory farm trucks turn up. You see like that truck that just left there, big factory farm truck. Now look, here's more of a smaller truck, smaller farm. And then you would have seen earlier on, there was even a smaller trailer. Just to point out, when people are talking about this welfare bullshit, that the smallhold farms, the factory farms, doesn't matter where, they all come to the same slaughterhouse. It's just a really poignant way of showing you that this whole, when people say, oh, my local farmer, I know them, they look after their animals, and my local farmer doesn't do it like that. They all bring them to the same slaughterhouse. It's all the same place. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to try and show you the unloading again, guys. I might need you to position. Let's see if we can get it. Let me zoom in, ready. Okay, you ready to help when we need it to go? Let me just turn this for a second. They're just getting that in place. I'm waiting to see if the white refrigerated, if the white refrigeration truck gets pulled in front, then it means something suspicious is going on there. We know that's their sort of go-to now if something's up. Because sometimes these dairy cows on the way to slaughterhouses, they go down in the trucks. And they're so exhausted that they can't stand, and this like final journey to the slaughterhouse, it can just make them fall and they can't stand up, and they can't get them off the truck to get them into their areas to go in to have their lives taken.
I might need my battery changed to 12% now.
Alright. Alright. Let me just do it quick.
Yeah. We're just going back and forth, so when we hear the cows start coming off, we'll put the phone up so you can see what happens when you turn that around. You turn that around. You can see. Guys, number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Number 2 in the chat if you are open-minded. And number 3, if you love animal abuse and murder. And we've got number 2 there. Welcome to the chat, number 2s.
Okay, you're on. You're on. Should we bring that back out until the truck's there?
Yeah, so Johnny's number 2. All right, Johnny, welcome to the chat. Please ask questions, stay on here, see the reality. Sorry, what was that? Yeah, do you want to hold it up? I think it's important for people to see.
Yeah. All right, you're going to need to tell me where I am.
It's better with it right here. Yeah. Perfect.
Can you see the back of the truck?
Yes, the back of it. There were cows again on this truck, guys. There were mothers on this truck, mother cows in the dairy industry on this truck. So we'll see if you can see the cows before they go off.
How's that, son?
Yeah, I can see like a small fence thing. I can't work out if that's tall or not. If I ask the chat, is that a good shot? If we bring the phone down for a second, like Renee and the activist.
Maybe if you put like hearts in, if it's a good, I can see the comments.
Oh yeah, put a row of red hearts, because we can see the comments a little bit. Row of red hearts, if that's a good shot.
Yeah, I can see it. Cool.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. I can see that. Yeah. Right, we'll keep it here.
Screen record, guys. Screen record and use this for activism.
Yeah, but we'll show this. Start to whistle at them now to get more. Sticks. Yeah, they're coming off now, I can see. So they're being taken in now to a marriage. See them all crying. Taken in now to a marriage where they'll be held before they get taken to the knock box, stabbed in the throat and bled out. All because someone is choosing to drink cow's milk. All because people are not vegan. Please change for them. Please. I will literally beg you to change for them. The animals didn't do anything to deserve this.
Yeah.
Did you guys see them coming off there? Yeah, what a lonely walk. They know where they're going. Yeah, you're right, James. It's just awful. It's awful. It's horrific. I'm gonna just hold this up again for you all to see, because I think it's important, just in case anyone else comes into this chat.
Are you in there? Oh, you got it. You're right on it. You're right on it. to your left a little bit. That's it. It's not too much. That's it. Done. Done.
Done?
Yeah. Just lifted the tail up. Tail going on.
Oh gosh. So guys, anyone who's just come onto our live stream, that was the unloading. That was the unloading of mother cows from the dairy industry. Mother cows have had forcible pregnation put upon them, have had their babies ripped away from them. Cows don't produce milk for us, they produce milk for their babies. That's the only reason that they produce milk, just like your mum produced milk for you. Every single time you pay for cow's milk, for animal flesh, like meat or eggs, dairy, fish, leather, wool, you are paying for individuals to go to a slaughterhouse like this behind me to be stabbed in the throat as standard practice. Standard. There is no propaganda in what I'm saying. No. There is no propaganda. I do not make money off doing this. I do not make I don't do this for fun. I don't want to be here. I hate waking up and going to a slaughterhouse. I hate having to be here and stand outside these places, but I have to because the animals are going inside. They hate it more. They don't want to go inside more than anybody else in this world. They had no choice because you chose to not be vegan. So the whole time they have no choice, we give ourselves no choice but to fight for the animals. We will always be defending the animals no matter what. No matter what. Even if it breaks us, even if it rips our hearts out, we'll come back again and again and again. Because when people see, when good people who have a heart and a brain see the reality, they change and they go vegan. They change. I urge you to ask questions if you have never seen this before. I also want to let you know we used to pay for this and we didn't understand the industry. I didn't know what happened to these cows. I didn't know what happened to animals inside these places. I didn't even know that these places were around.
Someone brings up a really interesting point there.
Yeah.
Someone just put, I want animals or I want cows for Christmas to eat for Christmas. We got Christmas coming up, right? Now, Christmas is typically a holiday that's based around compassion, kindness, benevolence, loving. You know, we all talk about getting the family together. We're having a nice day. We try and make everyone feel loved and included. You see family members that you never see throughout the whole year or friends that you don't see throughout the whole year. And it's a time of giving. It's a time of peace. It's a time of love. Yet, all the animals that will be on Christmas dinner tables this Christmas will have suffered and died inside slaughterhouses, being electrocuted, gassed, and stabbed. They would have been commodified and exploited. All of the breast milk used for the cheese platters that people will be having after their main meals is stolen from mums who've had their babies taken away and killed. This time of peace and this time of love and this time of joy is very different from the perspective of the oppressor compared to the perspective of the victim that was commodified and executed for that sensory taste pleasure, for people to sit around a table and pretend to be kind and benevolent and compassionate at the same time as chewing on the body parts, the secretions and the flesh of individuals that didn't want to die. I want you to consider that this Christmas. Have a vegan Christmas. Have a Christmas that truly is compassionate and kind. If you're sitting around your Christmas table this Christmas and you're eating animals and you're hearing me right now, I want my voice to resonate in your head as you're eating that dinner, that all them animals on the table in front of you did not want to die. And there is no way that you can preach peace, you can practice kindness, and you can be benevolent and all loving the whole time that you have violence on your plate. There's no way.
Yeah, well said, well said.
Christmas time, when you're sitting there, either have a vegan Christmas or I hope you remember the words that I'm telling you right now. Double tap the screen. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch our investigations, our outreach videos and our live streams. Please drop the comments in here. Let's get the algorithm pushed so when the animals are coming in, we can show the world please remember that the anti-vegan troll comments are the minority. Non-vegans, we know that they don't represent you. We know that they don't represent the majority of non-vegans. Most non-vegans are compassionate. They're just indoctrinated and conditioned to continue to pay for this violence.
Oh, Draculone, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Draculone. Thank you again to all you vegans in that chat. Chat is a hard place to be, and we really appreciate you vegans being in there defending the animals.
Yeah, thank you. You guys mean actually
Dracula.
so much. Like, I really hope one day we get to meet you all. Like, I hope one day we get to all like see you in person, because I'd love to thank you in person for all of your support. Whilst we're at these awful places, you're relentless. You're always in the chat. You're always defending the animals fiercely in the way that they need to. So thank you. For anyone who is vegan in the chat, I urge you to please get active. I urge you so much to get active. You know how you went vegan urgently for the animals? We've got to be active urgently for the animals. Even if we're nervous, even if we're afraid, even if we think we can't do it, we have to do it regardless. We have to do everything we can for them. So please, we are doing something called Project Livestream, where we're getting people to go live outside slaughterhouses all around the world to do what we're doing today. You can turn up legally to a slaughterhouse as long as you're on public land and film the animals. Just educate the public. Everybody's phone is like a window to the rest of the world. By using your phone is like a window that people can just look through about what happens to the animals. And when people see, they do change. I can see people have been tapping the side of the screen as well. Thank you for doing that as well. The hearts and the likes there. Thank you. It really helps push the algorithm.
Ellen says, stop making us feel guilty. Ellen, if the truth makes you feel guilty, you can do something about it. You can go vegan. Vegan all vegan. This will be my 30th vegan Christmas. Wow,
awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, if you feel guilty, then
it's a good thing to feel
it's
guilty.
a good thing.
That shows that you are someone who isn't like a psychopath and doesn't feel anything. We're just talking the facts about what happens to these animals. So if you do feel guilty, good, because that guilt will change you to go vegan. And urgently. Watch Dominion on YouTube. Check out it for yourself. Go follow Joey Carbstrong, an amazing investigator. Go follow his investigations, what he does.
Talking to Joey and someone saying, what about halal? Debt-free diaries. Go to the description and click on the expose that Joey did on a halal slaughterhouse. The difference between a halal slaughter and the slaughter that's happening in the building behind us today, one says a prayer. That's it. Both stab animals to death, both cut animals' throats, both take the lives of animals who don't want to die.
Yeah.
Go and watch that.
Go and protest any slaughterhouse. Go and protest. You go do something as well, okay? Instead of going and protest the halal one. We're here right now, yeah? You can see us here, protest outside this one. We will go to everyone. But you need to also get out and do the same as well. But yeah, if you want to join Project Livestream, message us on Instagram at It's Mel and Steve. Is that one? Oh.
Just gonna time out some just trolly comments. The minority trolls. The trolls that are the minority.
Yes. Anyone got any questions? Please ask questions. Ask away.
Andrew, I was vegan, but due to health complications, I've had to go back to eating meat. So does that make me a psychopath? Yes, and you're probably paid by the meat industry to put these comments in. So Andrew, when people say the comments that you're putting in, it's been highlighted now and documented that the meat and dairy industry pay people like you. Are they putting that? Where is that? If that stops there, then I'm going to do it. They pay people like you to put these fake anecdotal opinions out. But yeah, if you knowingly send animals to slaughterhouses, it's absolutely psychopathic.
Did that little truck come back out?
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah, they've all come out. What about insects? Why are you eating insects? Don't eat insects.
Yeah, but anybody who sees comments like that person, by the way, people are actually paid by animal agriculture to come into chats like this and say they went vegan and they got ill. So it's literally paid to like spread propaganda. They are propaganda machines, these industries. They will even say like vegans are the ones spreading propaganda and stuff, and it's like, well, we're just speaking fact. They have a vested interest with money. We don't have that. We're just fighting against the oppression. Can you imagine if you were like, oh, I was anti-racist, but I actually got really ill, so now I'm racist again.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as what you're saying. Veganism is not a diet. It's a moral stance against the exploitation of animals. You don't suddenly just become an oppressor to animals again. Like, it's not like, people misunderstand that it's a diet, but it's not. It just relates to your diet because animals are also exploited in the food system too.
But Ellie's saying you can go now. Actually, Ellie, you're the one that can go. You're in the chat. If you don't want to be here, just leave the chat.
Yeah. You know who can't go? The animals.
You literally, it's like we're one person. You're thinking the same thing.
That's why we have one channel. It's Mel and Steve.
For those of you saying you've never worked on a farm, no, I've never worked on a farm, but I've investigated hundreds of them. We've been to loads of them. I've seen farming. I've seen the realities of farming. We're not here for a welfare position. We're here for a rights violation. We're not here to ask for bigger cages and greener fields. We're here to fight for the rights of animals, to give them their bodily autonomy and to give them their right to life. What two basic rights? Could you imagine having them two rights taken away from you? Imagine if someone took your bodily autonomy and then your right to life. Could you imagine? We did that though, right? We've done that in history. Renee, my boyfriend and me both have digestive issues, and I know a vegan creator with irritable bowel syndrome. It's no excuse not to be vegan. Can get in touch with a dietitian or Renee. Gastroenterologist.
Hey, Renee does this to me all the time with the big words.
Gastroenterologist. Renee, put a thumbs up if I've said that right. Gastroenterologist.
I think this is Renee's second language word. He's way better than us.
Yeah. I think I've said that right. Gastroenterologist. What are you doing? I've just stumbled across this.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Tactical Police. Thank you for being here and thank you for stumbling across. I'll allow Mel to explain what we're doing while I look to see if Renee...
Yeah.
Yes, you did it. Yes, Renee. Thank you, Renee.
So, thank you for coming on to our live stream. Behind me is actually a slaughterhouse. So what we're doing is we're showing people the reality of what happens to animals behind closed doors. So you will never see inside these facilities. Today, there's mother cows from the dairy industry and babies, and cows from the beef industry going in here. So in the beef industry, cows are about 18 months old when they get sent here. In the dairy industry, those mothers are on average around 5 years old. They should live 27 years old, cows should. Cows have pregnancy forced upon them. They have babies taken away from them. They cry out for their babies because they're so maternal. The babies don't produce milk, baby boys. They get sent to slaughter, just a few days old to weeks old. Or they get sent to veal places to be fattened up for veal. It's something weird, dude. I don't know.
There's no trucks unloading animals. They're it's only washing up, so
okay.
Yeah, otherwise I'd put the, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, basically we're animal rights activists. So the reason we're showing this is because we used to pay for animals to go inside these places and be stabbed in the throat, or get thrown inside gas chambers, or macerated alive in the egg industry. We didn't know the reality. When we saw inside of a slaughterhouse, it broke our hearts, and we went vegan on the spot. We saw a mother cow being killed, and I didn't know that cows are killed for dairy. I didn't know that. And yeah, we went vegan on the spot. Veganism is a ethical stance, so it's not a diet. It relates to your diet because animals are also exploited in the food system as well. But it's a moral stance against like the exploitation of animals. Just like how we're against racism, it's like a similar thing like that. So we also won't wear animal skins or go to things like zoos or bet on animals, anything where animals are exploited. So we're here just to show people the truth basically, and that's why we're live streaming. I have got a little umbrella in here. 1 second. It's just started raining a little bit.
It's only a little tiny bit. I think we're okay.
We'll see how it goes. I have got this anyway.
See if you want. Yeah, maybe let's do it for a little bit.
Just protect all our
equipment. Just make sure. It's starting to shower a little bit here. Guys, for anyone coming in this chat, And apologies for those of you who have also been in here for over the 3 hours. We want a number 1 in the chat if you are vegan, a number 2 in the chat if you're open to being vegan and have a conversation about it, but you're currently not vegan, and number 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan.
Which means you're pro-animal abuse and
We've
murder.
got some number 2s. Do you want me to hold this?
Yeah, okay,
There
cool.
you go.
Let's see. Meat gives a lot of strength. No, it doesn't.
Mimi, how long have you both been vegan? Thank you for that question. Oh, let's step just out of the way of this driver. Oh, they got room. They got room.
Oh, he's the one I think is
No, it's different.
Oh.
What was the question? How long have you both been vegan? Nearly
4.5 years.
4.5 years.
Yeah, 5 years in April.
Yeah.
Sorry, we listen in on all the conversation.
Yeah. Trying to keep your head like spinning when you're here. That truck there, guys, had animals on there. Vegan, only been vegan for barely 2 years, and it was easy to do on the spot.
Oh,
Amazing,
really?
Renee. Absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's a lot easier than you realise, like than you think. When we first went vegan, we went vegan purely ethics. I didn't know you could be healthy. We didn't know anything. You didn't know about protein.
No.
Yeah, we had just no idea. I genuinely thought I'd be living on beans on toast for the rest of my life, and I would have done that. It was just the benefit that when I went shopping, it was like, oh, I can just get everything the same. I can just get vegan sausages, vegan burgers, vegan pizzas, vegan everything, vegan cheese. Super easy.
Ellen, but I'm not anti-vegan, I just don't agree with you. What don't you agree with?
You don't agree with protecting animals?
What don't you agree with? Oh, U-Tops. It's me and Steve.
U-Tops.
The other day I saw 3 transport vehicles, 2 were sheep and the other one cows, with poop leaking out the truck. They look so scary and depressed. So hard to see them like that, yeah. That poo and wee that comes out of these trucks is because they go into fight and flight mode. So the same as what we do, like as humans, when you have food in your like digestive system or in your stomach and you go into fight and flight, the body knows that it doesn't need to digest that food anymore because the fight and flight response is so intense. So this is why they literally wee and poo themselves. The body's just dumping their intestines.
Yeah.
So you're right, U-Tops in. Absolute fear.
Coleman, you have to take vitamins every day. No. In fact, if you're not vegan, you're having like your B12 through the animal's body because they're injected with B12 and stuff. But you won't be getting enough anyway. So that's like maybe the only one, if that. But we don't take any vitamins. We just eat everything we used to before, just a vegan alternative, and we're fine.
You can use an app called Chronometer and it tracks your macros and your micros. So if you are concerned, then you can always use these things to just monitor what you're taking in. So, but again, this is the how and the why, right? How do I make sure that I've got everything covered? As long as your why is in focus, your how will be always easy. You'll always be motivated to do your how.
Yeah, 100%.
Stop humanizing animals. No one's humanizing animals. Why do you think we're humanizing animals when we say animals don't want to die? Why is that humanizing animals?
Have you met with other activists like Joey? Yeah, we did a whole Pignorant tour with Joey. We were very honoured to be asked to go on the Pignorant tour when his documentary was released. Joey and Tarian are incredible activists, relentless activists. You know for a fact, if you don't see a bit of content on social media, you know they're up to stuff. You never ever think, oh, they're not doing anything. They are. They are such hard workers for the animals. Please go follow them. Incredible people. So kind. But yeah, it was a real honour to be on the Pignorant tour, fighting for the animals next to them. That's on our YouTube, by the way. You can watch our whole playlist of the Pignorant tour. We protested the RSPCA, protested Pilgrim's Pride, went to the gas chambers, went to Tesco HQ, Sainsbury's HQ, Waitrose HQ, everywhere.
Andrew, scumbags, I was suffering from nerve damage and my doctor recommended me to go back to eating meat so my body could recover. I'm not paid by slaughterhouses. I think that's quite insensitive what you say. Well, your doctor's wrong. And if my ethics and my morals were strong enough and my doctor said go and eat animals, I'd tell my doctor to fuck off and I'd go and find a different doctor or a nutritionist or a dietitian who would give me a resolution that meant I didn't go back on my ethics and my morals. So yeah, you are a scumbag for sending animals to slaughterhouses when you don't need to. And you are a scumbag for not researching further. If you were vegan and you went back on your ethics and you started sending baby animals to slaughterhouses again because you're too lazy to actually find a solution that aligns with your ethics and actions. Renee just put a comment in here a second ago. Him and his I think husband or boyfriend, sorry Renee, I can't remember who it was, both have
like stomach
irritable bowel syndrome. If their doctor had said to Renee, oh, go and eat animals, Renee would have told him to fuck up. He would have said, no chance. My ethics and my morals is what I stand for. Give me a solution where I don't pay for the commodification and the execution of baby animals, because the why is strong enough.
Yes.
So, absolutely, you are a scumbag if you know what happens to animals and you send them to slaughterhouses.
Yeah,
100%.
It's evil. It's evil to do so. And everyone knows, like, doctors don't know anything about nutrition. So never listen to a doctor about, like, nutrition. They only know about medication. They had, like, 5 hours nutrition training in their entire time in training to be a doctor. Same with vets and nutrition as well. They don't know anything about nutrition either. A lot of these places are actually, like, paid to promote certain dog foods and stuff like that. So always do your own research. Always ask a nutritionist or a dietitian.
You wouldn't go and get nutritional advice from a chiropodist, would you?
No.
It was exactly the same. Absolutely the same.
Yeah, it's an appeal to authority, because someone wears like a white coat and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a doctor, has a doctor in front of their name. People just go, okay, yes, whatever you say. It's just kind of like the mentality of like, because they're like an authoritative figure. But yeah, do your own research.
Do your own research. If your ethics are strong enough, then your how is easily worked around.
Oh yeah, nothing would ever make me exploit animals. Nothing.
No.
I would rather die before I ever send an animal to a slaughterhouse. I would rather be the one inside the slaughter. If I could take their place, I definitely would. They shouldn't be in there. It's so easy. It's so easy. Anyone in here who is listening, who does have... Was they shouting then?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Because the animals be in the lairage, so we get them to the kill floor now.
Yeah.
There's a certain shout, like they really shout at the animals to move them, because animals don't willingly walk to a kill floor. They don't willingly want to be stabbed in the throat. They try and run, they try and invade. They do everything to protect their life. No, the animals don't escape here though. There's no way out. They get chopped up into pieces.
Top Cat, do you eat fish? Thanks for your comment, Top Cat. No. Fish are sentient. Fish have the ability to feel pain and suffer. So we wouldn't exploit any sentient being, any animal that has the ability to feel pain, suffer, have a central nervous system. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Thank you for your comment. It sounded like it was genuine, so we appreciate that. It does really, really smell here. It's such a sad place. These places are horrific. For those of you coming on a stream right now, this slaughterhouse earlier, it was so interesting to see someone was walking their dog past here and they stopped and their dog cowered and was looking at the gates of the slaughterhouse, and their dog cowered all the way around and didn't want to like cross the path because the dogs know, we got it on camera, so we'll be able to do a reel of it later on. Absolutely so interesting to see.
You see her sniff the air and she goes no and backs away.
Absolutely horrific. Guys, please go into the description and tap on Dominion. Go and watch the reality.
Well, Jolena, well, I eat meat and not going to stop. I also eat deer and rabbits. You're disgusting. That's all you are. You're a disgusting bully to animals. When you say, I'm not going to stop, you're saying I'm always going to be the oppressor. I'm always going to be on the wrong side of history. I'm always going to stab baby animals in the throat because you're selfish. That's what you're saying when you're saying that.
Yeah, Renee, blindly following what a non-vegan doctor recommends It's like going to a steakhouse and asking them for their recommendations. 100%.
Yeah.
A non-vegan doctor isn't going to recommend being vegan and plant-based. Otherwise, they would be themselves, right? They're only going to push their agenda. 100%, Renee. Exactly. But it's crazy. Like, why would you get nutritional advice? It's like going to your chiropodist and saying, what should my daily intake of macros be? Well, where do I get my vitamins and minerals from?
Yeah.
Like, they're there to do your feet. They're not there to give you dietary advice. Doctors don't have dietitian qualifications. You know, they've touched on the subject. They shouldn't be giving out that advice.
Jennifer put, everyone should have to visit a slaughterhouse so they understand the cost of eating meat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And for dairy and eggs and everything.
Yeah,
I think everyone in this chat, go to a slaughterhouse and see the animals for yourself. You stand outside this place and you listen to their screams, and what will your heart tell you? Because your body, everything in you, tells you what you need to do. Go yourself. It's easy to be behind your phone, right? It's easy to be a bit triggered because the word vegan's been said. But the moment someone says, oh, hey guys, somebody broke into a facility where they were going to test on puppies, and they rescued 18 puppies and now facing 10 years in prison. You know what the comment section said yesterday? Because that is happening in the UK right now. Heroes, heroes, heroes. And yes, they are heroes. But they are also animal rights activists for all animals. If they then use that word and said vegan, do you think people would mock them? If they said, oh, these are vegan animal rights activists who saved these puppies, I bet how many people would mock them. People just don't understand what vegan is. You praise it 1 second, you praise the morals and ethics of it for 1 second, but next minute you're like mocking them.
It goes back to, like, it's easy to agree on something that you're not complicit in. Like when we done the outreach and we did the outreach with octopus, everyone was like, yeah, we shouldn't farm octopus, we shouldn't do this, because they didn't eat octopus 3 times a day. And then when you said what's the difference between octopus and chickens, all of a sudden they flipped it and they said, oh, well, a little bit, we should reduce. We should reduce. It's the famous saying.
Well, it's different,
we should reduce is what people say when they know what they do is wrong. So then they try and limit the bad. They try and limit how bad they are. Why not just stop? Renee, everyone appealing to authority makes me so happy when my boyfriend rejects his patient's gifts when it's not vegan, and now they'll bring vegan stuff, being the better authority.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
oh, amazing.
Absolutely. 100%. And when someone brings you a non-vegan gift, by saying, thank you for the thought, that's really kind and I appreciate you thinking of me in that way. I won't be accepting the gift because it's against my ethics and morals because I'm vegan. That person who is giving the gift has been educated then.
Yes.
Because they bought that person a gift, right? Because that person has meant something to them, or that person has helped them in some way. Enough to think that I want to honor them in buying them something to say thank you. So then the thought of like, wow, their ethical position was against it. I've now received that education, and then they go away and research it. Why did that person turn my gift down? Perhaps because it was chocolate made from dairy milk. Why is dairy milk unethical? I'll look into the dairy industry, and all of a sudden that person's gone vegan. By being consistent.
They've got a cow in the front of their truck.
Oh really? Oh
The
wow,
Teddy.
little Teddy. Jeez, man.
Disconnecting the truck drivers too.
Crazy. These places are crazy. One day, these places are going to be museums. One day you'll be able to visit here. They'll probably do school trips here, and kids will be so shocked at what we did to animals.
And the kids will be going, I hope my grandparents weren't part of this. I hope my family stood up for the animals. I hope my family were animal rights activists defending the animals.
Yeah.
Because they'd be ashamed. I'd be ashamed knowing my family didn't help when they could have. And you're in that position now. You
Absolutely.
can be vegan today. Defend the animals, please. Guys, please subscribe to our channel. I can hear the cows crying in there.
It's crazy. You can hear it so well here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Do you hate people who aren't vegan? Also, do you use animal tested makeup, Mel?
No, so it's just, right, to start with, guys, we don't hate people if they're not vegan. We hate the industry. Those people who are not vegan are likely not vegan because they haven't seen the reality. Now, that's not your fault. You can't be judged for what you don't know. I used to say I was an animal lover and I wasn't vegan because I didn't ever question it. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, okay? There's a difference between once you do know, though. Once you do know, like once you have seen what happens and then still choose to not be vegan, then that's different. Then I'd say, yes, that's immoral. That's a very immoral thing to do. But until you know yourself, you probably don't really understand what I'm saying. And second of all, my makeup is completely vegan and I'm not tested on animals whatsoever. And if there was no makeup that was vegan, I wouldn't wear it. I don't care. I wouldn't make like my gains of somebody else. I wouldn't make myself like feel better because of someone else's loss. I just wouldn't do it. I don't care. Nothing could justify exploiting animals. Yeah, no, secret. Yeah, everything's vegan. Yeah. People are so quick to like be like, is this vegan? Is that vegan? But are you vegan? Hold yourself accountable. I hold myself accountable. I get out here. Oh, here you go. We get out here. We fight for the animals as much as we possibly can. I dedicate my life to the animals. When you wake up and you think, oh, what am I going to do today? Oh, should I go out and have a nice day? I wake up, or we wake up and go, right, what can we do for the animals? I would love to wake up and be like, oh, I'm going to have a really lovely day today because I don't have to worry about animals being exploited. I can't. I know what's happening to them. I have to fight for them every single day of my life. So hold yourself accountable. Be vegan and fight with everything that you have. Everything. And you might just change people, like Heidi today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Renee put, people have got no clue. There's shoes made from rice, cloth made from bamboo. It's really not that hard to mimic non-vegan products. Exactly, yeah. Like that's why, like it really is no different. It's just easy. Just the first month, just check like some of the packaging. Milk powder seems to get everywhere, even in crisps and stuff. Just check the back of the packets. If it says vegan, cool, eat it. If it doesn't say vegan, don't. I don't know like why it's so hard for people to understand.
It's a very simple thing.
It's
guys,
urgent.
Let's have a quick little refresh in this chat room because I've lost track of some of these handles. I'm not sure who's vegan, who's not vegan. Put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Put 2 in the chat if you are not vegan but you're open to conversation. And 3 in the chat, or double tap the screen if you're anti-vegan. Let's have a quick little refresh. Bowl of stress straight in there. 1.
Yeah.
We got some 2s. 1, you chops, Eds. Right. Oh wow, loads of ones. Nathan's 2.
Also Aussie Stoner 2.
Awesome.
Jennifer 1, amazing.
It's great to see the 2s in here.
Yeah,
and
guys.
the 1s defending the animals. Honestly, we can't thank you enough.
Any number 2s, I urge you, please watch Dominion in our description on YouTube.
Yeah.
And please look into the animals' eyes, see what happens to them, educate yourself on the industry, and then ask yourself, how many more animals are you going to send to a slaughterhouse before you choose to be vegan?
I want to say a massive thank you to everyone in that chat today. You vegans have defended the animals with absolute incredible resilience. You guys are absolutely legendary for the animals. You're in here the whole time that we're here. We honestly can't thank you enough. Thank you for the likes and the shares. We've got over 300 likes on this stream. That's incredible. Thank you so much for the super thanks. You'll never know how grateful we are and how much good it does for the animals. We wouldn't be able to be as effective without it. You guys, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you all so much. Please take the screen recordings from today and defend the animals with them. Let the world see what happened to them and fight with everything we have. Until the next stream, guys, we hope that you're all good and we will see you on the next one.
Yeah, subscribe, guys.
Thank you.